low.
Okay.
All right. Get low, get low, get low, get low.
To the
windows, to the walls.
Till the sweat
To the
drops
sweat
off
drop
my
down-
balls.
Down on balls.
Ooh,
Oh,
these bitches crawl.
crawl.
God,
Ah,
skeet,
skeet,
skeet.
skeet, motherfucker.
Ah, skeet, skeet, motherfucker.
Ah, skeet, skeet, goddamn, indeed.
God damn.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Chits podcast.
I hope we keep that bit in.
Oh, we are.
Okay.
What an intro. What an intro.
This is a podcast where we chits and chat about just anything that we have an interest to, our interest in, our likings of the sort and whatnot. Yours truly, Hero, normally known as Jeff. Who are you fine folks with me?
Hey, it's your boy from another world, Issa Kyle. Or just Kyle.
And it's Knuckle Bomber. Or Marcus.
Steamboat Taco. Or Aldo.
It's Squish or Pinch.
No one will ever know Squishy's real name.
God, the first time I learned Squish's real name was through Facebook, and I was like, who the fuck is this motherfucker?
Right, the same thing happened to me, and I was like, nah.
Yeah.
Why is his name not Squish?
Yeah, that's my real name.
He had a previous name, like before he became Squish. He was known as Squeegee.
Squeegee.
Yes, that's correct. He was known as Squeegee.
Nice.
Squishy, do you want to go back to do you want to go do a backstory of why we called Squeegee?
No.
Squish?
No.
No?
Please,
No?
God, no.
I was gonna say if you want to tell a story, but I guess not. So
That
right.
That was a dumb name, and I don't like it.
we were dumb kids.
That's true.
Anywho, so with us usually starting the podcast, we'd always talk about our weeks. It's been quite a while since we did the last podcast due to me being dumb in regards to just time and whatnot. But Aldo, we don't break tradition, so you're going to go first.
God damn it.
Technically, he's still the furthest one away.
Yeah, that's
shut
true.
up.
As of now, you are the furthest one away.
As if always, motherfuckers.
in both like distance as well as wokenness.
Yeah. I am. Yes. Alright, so how's my week been? I finished I think if the timeline fits, I finished Ghost of Tsushima after the last time we recorded. Haven't really done a whole bunch. I've been watching Seraph of the End.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, that's all right so far. There's too many lollies. Like, I'm tired of all
That's not a deal breaker.
I mean, at some point, y'all gotta have some diversity and body types on your show. Like every fucking girl that shows up, I'm like, oh hey, twin tails. Oh hey, it's a lolly. Wow, who didn't see that coming? I guess she has purple hair.
The hair color is the trait.
Yeah, that's like yeah, exactly. Actually, the thing is, I've been watching it in English because I'm too lazy to change the language on Funimation. And it sounds like a fucking Team 4-star dub.
Is that a
Like-
good or a bad thing?
Yes. It feels like a Team 4-star dub. Like especially like if you've seen Attack on Titan Abridged. The main protagonist just feels so much like Eren Yeager from that. Because they're like, don't you want your vengeance? He's like, yes, vengeance. he's like, you gotta confront this demon and make a contract for vengeance. So it's just constantly like, yes, for vengeance type shit, and it kind of cracks me up at some point. But also, it's
Like
really
the
one
Batman?
note. He's really one note. Well, everybody feels pretty one note in this so far. I'm like,
What
8
is it
episodes
about?
in.
What is the anime about?
It's like vampire. So vampires like
I remember.
they roll up one day.
I remember,
Yeah.
like, his best friend becomes a vampire, right? And
Yeah.
yeah, okay,
Sure.
yeah, I have,
Yeah.
I have seen that. Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, you've seen
Well,
it.
no,
So
I've seen the first episode, and I was like, meh.
yeah. So like the thing is, they don't reveal that till like episode 3 that like his best friend like survives and became a vampire, but the fucking the fucking intro on episode 2 like straight up shows that like in the intro credits, and I was like, oh man, that would have been a cool reveal. And then like the actual episode itself like treats it like a neat reveal, but I'm like, yo, you've shown me this twice already. Your intro credits, dog. You
Like-
lost it.
Like you fucked up.
Yeah, it's not exciting anymore. Now you're just stating facts. But yeah, it's it's alright. It's good so far. The action's pretty good. Oh, and then like I guess like the most like I guess important thing I've done is I finally decided like really buckle down and start doing my PlayStation 2 collecting. And I sat down one night and just like made like a bunch of spreadsheets of like all the games I want. Or not spreadsheets, it's checklists. Just checklists of all.
Okay, I was just picturing you with like a whole bunch of like artwork for like video games that you want, like on a wall. Some of them having it all pinned together and stuff.
Yeah.
As to how it's to what, like you're playing like a PlayStation 2 version of like was it 5 degrees of Kevin Bacon or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not that bad. It's just a bunch of checklists on like Google. So I bought like a PlayStation 2 Slim. I bought a couple games. I bought a few games already. Actually, I have like the 2 Digital Devil Summoners, which I found like new and sealed.
Yeah, like
It's a bit of a
like
surprise.
that's a fucking deal right there for how much you got them for.
That
Also,
is a deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a steely deal.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
Steely
keep
dealy.
those sealed up for a while. I bought what was the shit we bought? Oh, Yu Yu Hakusho and
the
and Street
arena
Fighter.
fighter, right?
Yeah, it's unbalanced as fuck. I love it. And then like today after hanging out a little bit with Jeff and Marmar, I went to Grey Whales, and
Ooh, I love Grey Whale.
so
I should have let me
What?
know, and I have a killer whale card.
damn, yeah, I wasn't planning on it, but I went to go give one of our friends. So my mom's peach tree like gave peaches. So I went to go
My
drop
mom's teacher gave peaches.
peaches. Anyways, so I took some to my friend, to one of our friends that like lives out there. So I was like, fuck it, I'm in the area. I might as well.
they know who it is.
Yeah.
People of the podcast know. They should know what Tales of Yours is and stuff.
Yeah,
So they
exactly.
should know.
Anyway, so I just went to Grey Whale because I was in that area. It wasn't like totally planned out. But actually,
Isn't
I'm real...
that the only Grey Whale open right now, or the only Grey Whale open in general?
No, there's one up in like Roy.
Is the Bountiful one closed?
Bountiful one's closed.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a discount shoe place where they sell like DC and Vans for like 40 to 70%
Yeah,
off.
let me know if you ever go.
Right.
I do have a killer whale card.
I'll let you know. Yeah, but I picked up X-Men Legends 2, which is like the precursor to the Marvel Ultimate Alliance shit.
Yeah,
Which I fucking love those. I used to play those with my friend on the GameCube all the time.
I think
I used to play
I.
with Squishy back in the day in the Xbox.
Yeah.
I know I've got the first one. I think I might also have the second one on the OG Xbox.
Nice. Yeah. But while I was there, I decided to go take a look at like their anime section, and I'm real happy I did. Because I bought
What'd you buy?
I bought all of Razafon and the movie
Ooh.
in a complete set, and then I bought like a special edition complete set of Samurai 7
Ooh,
that
okay.
comes with like all the little So I don't know how much you guys know about Samurai 7 physical media. It's a real specific thing to know about, but so their special editions were fucking rad. Cause like they came out with 7 of them, and they're big boxes, and they obviously have like the episodes in DVD on them, but then they also come with like a couple books, and one book is like director notes and like storybook shit, or not storybook, storyboards. And then the other book is like sketches for like all of the steampunk designs, and like how shit works, right? Like it's really cool. And then they have like the complete set, or like the special edition complete set that I bought has has like the director notes, like all 7 of them, like in little booklets. It doesn't have like all the steampunk design shit, but like that's fine. So like that was fucking cool. And then I found out like they like some dude, I guess, like just decided to give up all his like anime shit, and I guess he was like a pretty good collector because like he just had a bunch of complete sets. And apparently, like half an hour before I had gone to Grey Whales, somebody had bought a complete Evangelion Platinum set for $200 from them.
Oh.
And that's a real fucking steal right now, because if you look on eBay,
It's like
Evangelion
$1,000.
Platinum. It's like what?
It's like $1,000, isn't it?
No, it's like half that. It's like $400 or $500. And I was gonna buy it, like because he mentioned that. He mentioned they had Evangelion, and I was like, "Yo, you still got it?" They're like, "Oh no, dude, somebody picked it up like probably like half an hour ago." I was like, "Motherfucker."
They probably knew like you also.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
man,
wanted
it
to sell
happens.
that. I could have sold it and fed my dog hack addiction with that. All right, that's it. I'm done talking. I took up 10 minutes.
No worries. Marcus?
Well, was it last weekend we went to the game store?
Yeah, last weekend.
Right. Okay. So we went to a game store, and I found a copy of the best Burnout game, Burnout Revenge.
Yeah.
But not only did I find it on the PS2, I also found it on the Xbox. So I bought a copy of each, just to have. Other than that, did we caught up to the Final Fantasy storyline on 14?
Oh my god, yes.
So you get to like the last like trial, comes out with the most hype music.
Yeah, right?
Me and Jeff were just like pacing back and forth while we're waiting for that to queue. And we beat the shit out of it. Some good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's about it.
That's about it.
Yeah, dude, I'm boring. I didn't really do anything. I mean, we played some Tekken. I have no idea. Yep.
It is what it is.
Yeah. We didn't really do much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Eh.
Got some stickers. We got Dutch Bros. The first Dutch Bros opened up Friday, so yesterday, in West Jordan. We went and got some Dutch Bros. It's pretty good. Yeah. I ain't got nothing, man.
That's okay, buddy. You become an interesting person by the day. And that's all that matters. Kai?
See, I didn't do. I feel like I did a lot, but then whenever it comes to this, I can't remember. I finished making my desk. I don't know if we went over that last podcast. So that's working out really well. I'm really glad and proud of it. I played a bit of Fall Guys. I'm really enjoying that since that came out. I think in the interim, that was a while ago. Never mind. My book Bleach came in. I haven't read a single anything of it, so that's I'll report back on that next podcast maybe.
Wait, what Bleach book?
Can't Fear Your Own World. It's a trilogy that takes place after Bleach. About it kind of fills in some of the like details of plot points that got dropped, specifically like the four noble houses of Soul Society. But the best part about this book series is that the main character is my boy Shuhei 69. So Uh, I'm really happy about that because Shuhei in the Bleach series gets one really cool moment, and then he gets jobbered super hard for the rest of the series, despite being a huge fan favorite. Yeah. So him getting his own book series is really nice. The last exciting thing that I did over this interim period is I braved the masses, and I saw the New Mutants.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
I said it. I told everybody I was gonna do it.
Yeah, he invited everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, but I remember I was talking about it yesterday and stuff. Like,
You weren't talking about it with me, that's for sure.
You're not willing.
you were in the car. We were in the car when we were in Dutch Bros.
Oh, then I didn't hear your guys' conversation at all. Probably because I was in the back. Also,
Yeah,
like,
you were
like
you were
dying from
dying.
heat stroke.
Yeah.
Wait, you were having a heat stroke?
'Cause I'm
He
a-
was dying. Kyle was just like dying in the back seat of my car.
Yeah,
Freaking-
I have this weird thing where I don't normally get car sick, but if it's in really warm weather or somebody's got the heater on and it's that like normal type of car fabric that they use, whenever that's in heat, it gives off a scent that makes me super nauseous.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That's like super specific conditions.
That,
Wow.
that reminds me of
Yeah.
when I didn't have a heater in my car, or I didn't have an air conditioning in my car, and you were drunk as shit. and we pulled over, and you just threw up.
Yeah, I
Damn.
can't handle that scent, that hot car scent.
hot car smell.
Yeah.
Steamy car action.
Yeah, no, thank you. But so yeah, I saw the New Mutants.
What's your verdict?
Oh, it's a really mediocre film.
Ah.
As far as X-Men movies goes, it's definitely above like X-Men Apocalypse and like all of the really bad ones. But it's nowhere as good as the first X-Men movie, First Class, Logan. I
I mean,
want
to
to
be fair,
say,
nothing's ever going to be as good as Logan.
Nah.
Pardon.
I want to say that I've seen the second X-Men, and I think New Mutants is better. But like, I also can't remember anything from the second X-Men movie, so I'm not sure.
You can't remember the White House assassination scene with Nightcrawler?
Like I remember that, and I remember the plot point with Wolverine finally meeting the Curtis Stryker, and that's it. That's the only two things I remember from that movie.
I feel like that's the movie. Because now that I think about it, I can't remember anything else other than the
Yeah,
fucking White
so
House.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that the New Mutants as a whole is better than X2, but it doesn't have any like really good high points in the White House assassination scene in X2. This movie was fucking cut to all hell. Like, I don't know if it's maybe because I've gotten older and I've gotten a little bit more familiar with like film techniques and like how to spot these things, but like this movie is the most obvious like, oh, there was some important stuff that was cut out of this movie that I've ever seen, and it's so I'm real bummed, guys. I wanted this movie to be like super good, and it just like it's not awful, but like it could have been a lot better if Disney wasn't so fucking pedantic.
Or Fox. Fox was like thinking of scrapping the whole thing at one point
Yeah,
and just like refilming the whole thing.
yeah,
Which might have been better.
yeah.
Maybe.
Like the thing that bums me out the most is that people have and will continue to never shut the fuck up about getting our Snyder cut for Justice League, which I can guarantee you is going to be just as shitty. Like, the quality of that movie is not going to be improved by anything that fucking Zack Snyder was going to fucking do to that movie. Because Zack Snyder is a fucking hack director. But people will never shut the fuck up about it. But I guarantee you that if we got a director's cut of New Mutants, it actually would be better.
Yeah, New Mutants had a lot of development drama, mostly because it was such a weird movie. It's a horror movie. It's supposed to be a horror movie. That's what the story is. The Demon Bear is supposed to be a horror story. And because I've read it, like I read it because of the movie coming out, and it's an all right book. There's this whole weird bit where they turn people into Native Americans. I don't know what the fuck's going on in this fucking 80s.
Yeah, comic books.
Yeah. But yeah, it was supposed to be that, and then they were like, "Oh, Pete, that's not gonna test well because horror movies are not like mainstream." Even though fucking Get Out won a goddamn Oscar, but whatever.
Yeah, and then, so they demanded cuts to it, and then when the first trailer dropped, and everyone was like, "Oh fuck yeah, a horror themed like superhero X-Men movie, fuck yeah, we're all down for that." And then Fox was like, "Okay, wait, no, go back, put more horror stuff in it." And so they did a second round of reshooting, and then it got fucking tangled up with the whole, is Disney gonna buy Fox? What's gonna happen with that? So they just fucking delayed it. And then that finally got sorted out, and they're like, we're gonna release it. And then X-Men Dark Phoenix came out, and that did fucking horrible. And Disney was like, no, you gotta reshoot it again. Take anything out dealing with Bryan Singer's X-Men. Can't talk about any of that shit. No! So they had to reshoot it, recut and edit it again, and fuck. Ugh.
Yeah, I remember there were rumors that Disney was like actually going to release the original cut of New Mutants because like apparently they liked it, even though it didn't screen like super well because it's a horror movie. But that was just a rumor, and it looks like that wasn't true.
Yeah, it's fucking
Yeah,
bullshit.
I don't like horror movies, and I was way down to go watch New Mutants when that first trailer dropped, and I was like, fuck yes, like comic book horror movie, fucking down. X-Men, hell yeah. Ileana Rasputin, yeah.
She's, yeah. I think she was like my least favorite character in the movie.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Was there anything good in it? Like anything?
How's the Demon Bear?
The CGI was good.
Neat.
Like, because so the first half of this movie lives up to the premise of being like a horror movie, and then the latter half it kind of just becomes like, all right, here's the bad guy, gotta band together, and we gotta learn to work together to beat our captor. Also, here's a big CGI fight against Demon Bear. Okay, that's the movie. Like, I like the like.
To be fair though, that sounds exactly like the comic book.
Yeah. Like, despite the fact that Ileana Rasputin was like my least favorite character, they're all still really good, really standout characters, and they all have like really good chemistry between each other. So I mean, I will say that the cast does a really phenomenal job. So there's that. Final verdict is don't brave the Rona to see this movie. Wait for it on Redbox. Then pay your $2 or whatever it is up to now and watch it that way. Especially if you have a computer that has a DVD burner on it. Why would that enhance the experience? I'm not going to say why. Just, yeah. There you go.
I have a lot of friends that have a DVD burner.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of braving Corona to go see it, that's too late for me. So I guess it's my turn then.
Yeah, it's your turn, Squish.
Okay, so I might have the Rona. That's what's new with me. I binge watched all second season and third season of Attack on Titan. I started catching up on Hunter x Hunter. I'm kind of taking a break on that because I should get back on it, but no. Let's see. What else did I do?
Wait, so did you watch when you watched the third season of Attack on Titan, did you see that Titan that like creeps me the fuck
Yeah,
out?
the weird face Titan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Ugh.
saw that thing.
I hate
That
it.
was cool.
Hate it so much.
It was cool. It looked cool.
Ugh.
What else?
Not a fan.
What else? Yeah, Hunter x Hunter, and then work. That's about it. Hopefully next podcast I'm still around. Woo!
All right, Squish. That was kind of sad. What you just said. Huh. And anyways, for me, my week's been kind of, I want to say standard. So I wrapped up the first part of PK, and I'm just kind of taking a week off that. I just kind of left to my own machinations and whatnot. I'm drawing for something upcoming that I still haven't finished doing yet, which I need to get on the ball doing that. I've been recording, like, the usual standard work I usually do, like recording and all this stuff. When I uploaded when I was editing the third part of the talk through for Beyond Two Souls, I showed Marcus the scene that like made me really really scared.
You mean uncomfortable?
That made me
extremely
very uncomfortable and slightly scared. And for those guys who want to know, like, just watch our talk through of Beyond Two Souls. Musashi's getting really enjoyable, but I'm also getting frustrated at it because since I never played the game before, I don't know what to do, so I'm always at a loss. Aldo, with after we got on our whole video game trip and whatnot, he let us use his HBO Max, and we started watching Harley Quinn.
Oh yeah, I watched the first season of that.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Both seasons of
Yeah.
that.
like
I love that show.
I love that show. Like my favorite characters are King Shark and and Bane. Like I like how Bane
What
is.
about
is
Kite
in
Man?
that. Kite Man is great. I love Kite Man. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Kite Man.
Kite Man's awesome. Hell yeah.
I forgot we watched, like, at least while I was there, we watched most of, like, season 1. And then I talked to Marcus, like, the next day, and he's like, yeah, I watched. He's like, I had to stop, or else I was gonna watch all of season 2, like, into the night.
Yeah, I wouldn't have slept. But it's okay, because the next day I still watched all of season 2. Needs to be like 8 more seasons.
Baby steps. I'm trying to catch up on Kamen Rider 01 because as of now, the last episode has shown in Japan. So right now, I'm waiting for like the next day to watch that last episode so I can start with Saber, which I'm planning on making Marcus to binge this Kamen Rider with me.
Yeah, you gotta slow your roll down on that one. We still haven't even finished Q Ranger. And then
Yeah,
you,
but say-
then you blew through a different Kamen Rider series with them. You're like, oh, I'll wait for you, Marcus. I'll wait for you. And then, like, 2 or 3 seasons of Kamen Rider later, you're just like, oh yeah, by the way, okay, we'll watch one together again.
Okay, we'll watch this one. All right, Saber hasn't started yet. All right, and I told you about the first Kamen Rider are the best ones, right? It's starting off with 5 Kamen Riders, Marcus. You got Kamen Rider Saber. You got Kamen Rider Blades. You have Kamen Rider Buster. You have Kamen Rider Espada. And you have Kamen Rider Kenzan. And also bad guy Kamen Rider Caliber. It's really great.
So all the good guys are swords, and bad guys gun.
No, bad guy's still a sword. Everybody's swords.
Sounds like a common writer for me.
Sounds like Kamen Rider for you, yes. Like, I'll try to make everybody watch one Kamen Rider. Like how I made everybody buy a Gundam.
Oh, dude. So I was totally not down to watch Kamen Rider because I don't know. Fuck you. That's why. But but my friend, our friend, Randy, he was telling me about one of the Kamen Riders. That's apparently like kind of weird, a little depressing. He's like, if you like Ava, you'll like this Kamen Rider. But apparently it's like, I think it's Japan only. I forgot the name of it. So.
Do you know what the premise is?
Yeah, do you remember the gimmick?
No.
Because there's one, like, think about it, called Amazons,
No, that's not it.
which, like,
It had a weird name like Wow Gaigar or something. Not Gao Gaigar. That's a different thing. But that's a furry mecha.
boy,
Jim's face.
boy,
Jim's face just now. He was like,
Am I wrong?
yes.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I don't know.
Well, ask him which one it was, and
Yeah,
get back to me because I'm curious now.
Cool.
I got bored also, like, being on my phone one time, so I went back and I started reading Marvel Zombies, and I didn't know that there was a new one that came out like a few months back.
Oh, dude, they won't. I mean, that series itself is a goddamn zombie. They won't let it die.
Right?
They just need to be done with that.
So I also
they're already
like
dead.
they're already dead. So I'm like, all right, that was neat. They haven't continued with the next volume for the new zombies, but so I hopped on to DC and I read Deceased and stuff. Yeah, that one's pretty good. Like, so you know about Deceased, right, Aldo? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the
So
isn't that like the Blackest Night or whatever?
no,
No, it's a
Deceased.
different thing.
So what happens to Deceased is that Dark Side. So you know what's Dark Side's thing, right, Squish?
He's got parademons.
Well, yeah, he's got parademons.
No, he's got more. He's got more than two.
He's got more than two. Like, remember, guys, and everything of parademons. Remember that scene in like the Justice League movie where like where fucking Green Lantern tries to go to fucking take on Darkseid, but fucking he gets like when he gets bitch slapped by Darkseid and fucking he hits a fucking building, falls down, and fucking parademons just start stomping him
the fuck out. Just bitch, you
Yes.
thought.
Be gone, green thoughts.
But
I no
so
longer wish to be horny.
I only want to be happy. Cue cuts theme.
So Darkseid's thing is that he wants to get the anti-life equation. All right. So the anti-life equation is I want to say it's a mathematical solution in regards to like having to have dominance of everybody to show that hey, life's not fucking important. Hence, like, you know, anti-life.
It's
It's more complicated than that.
It's a fucking combination of sad emotions. Like that's what. It's not
It's
a
a
mathematical equation.
It's a mathematical equation.
Sad emotions.
It's a bunch of sad emotions into a mathematical equation. So every time I look at the
Yeah, it's fucking
I would be the
stupid.
highest balance.
Behold, I have written the ultimate mathematical equation to make you feel really bummed.
yeah,
Now
Yeah,
you'll obey
that's
me.
exactly what it is. Anyways,
but yeah. So I've been reading that. Kind of got a little like because of what happens to Batman and stuff. But
read you want a better. So I haven't read Deceased. but I don't need to. But if you want like a better story, read Dark Knight's Metal.
Alright.
Dark Knight's Metal is fucking rad. It's like the whole premise is so it's Dark Knight's Metal is a big deal
Because that's where the Batman Who Laughs comes from, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Apart from that, but part of why it was a big deal is because when it's also like I think it was Jeff Johns. I can't remember who wrote. No, it was Scott Snyder. Scott Snyder gave a big fuck you to DC because when they did the New 52, they got rid of like most of the multiverse. They said like there's 52 multiverses, and like that's it.
Yeah.
Like, we're not making more of them. If we do like a weird offshoot story, it has to fit into like one of these, like multiverses, whatever, right?
Right.
So like cut to like 10 years later, or like a little less than 10 years later, like 8 or 9, whatever. Scott Snyder comes out with Dark Knight's Metal, and the whole premise is that like every person has their own dark multiverse within themselves.
Okay.
And like Batman in his recent stories that written by Scott Snyder has come in contact with like nth metal and some other bullshit, and like that combination has like opened or has created like a portal or a door that like the Batman Who Laughs has taken advantage of, and he's been jumping through Batman's dark multiverse collecting dark Batmans to get into the main universe to just kind of fuck with everything. So it's Batman in like different versions. There's essentially like a Punisher Batman in there too. But like all the Batmans are based off of his fears, right? Like what, and like a lot of his fears are like, what if this superhero went fucking rogue and like I couldn't defeat them, and so essentially has to become them, like in like a dark way to defeat them, and then like loses control because he kills.
Ooh, he kills.
But like they're all Batman, like they're all, but they're all like Bruce Wayne. Like they're not like, what if Barry Allen was Batman? No, it's like what if Bruce Wayne
became the Penguin,
like figured out how to recreate. Yeah, like how to recreate Barry Allen's like experiment and become the Flash, but like he becomes like a dark Batman Flash,
Okay.
type thing. So it's pretty fucking rad. I recommend it, and I think they're doing the follow up to it right now. But I forgot what it's called. But yeah,
Well,
yeah, read that. Dark Knight's Metal. It's metal as fuck.
Okay. Then like Final Fantasy 14's a thing, and it's an awesome thing. You know, the whole like, so in regards to Final Fantasy 14, if you guys those of you who have played the Dark Knight class, you guys will like Shadowbringers because the whole thing is written by the person who wrote the Dark Knight story, Dark Knight class story, and the way it all wraps up, like essentially, because you're pretty much for the most part done with it seems like you're done with the the Shadowbringers area now, for the most part, and you just if you've been playing since like a Rebel Born and stuff like that, as well as and did the Crystal Tower stuff. It wraps up pretty much everything nicely, and you get feelings for some characters, a specific character in general, and I wouldn't mind going back and just watching all that stuff unravel again. And holy shit, the first time I was able to do a tank limit break, a level 3 tank limit break, is just so.
First time, too late. Second time, didn't go early enough, or didn't go.
I was too early.
You're too early. Dead. It was like the most hypest part of the game, like the most
Right?
hype part of that trial too.
So there's a point where you just have to do a tank level 3 limit break, which is like the best thing because there's two things in that fight. Tank gets to use the level 3 limit break, which is awesome because that doesn't happen a lot. Usually it's either a DPS limit break or healer limit break. And healer limit break is when you fuck up, when everybody's fucking up. And the DPS one, it's just damage. The tank one makes you blocks. It's an Imperial Fortress or whatever. And so that's always fun. And the second part of that fight, I believe, if I remember right, because I saw it on the chat when I was playing by myself, is that no DPS level 3s work on this fight, apparently. That is some shit. Anyways, so I'm just rambling right now. For the most part, though, nothing really much has changed. Gonna get back on PK soon, so expect that. So you guys want to hop in on topic? Yeah?
Yes.
Yes? I was waiting for somebody.
Actually, did we pick topics?
Yeah, we did. It was something I was planning on talking about for the podcast before we postponed it because we were all fucking around.
He just decided not to tell anybody until now.
Yeah. I want to talk in regards to Kiss Anime and that whole situation of what happened last week.
Oh.
Okay. And also, so if you guys have been not a fan of anime, or if you are a fan of anime, but you have if you don't have any sort of internet connection, first of all, how the hell are you listening to podcasts? And second of all, how are you watching anime?
Know, Jeff, what you don't know is that I have a mail by order service where people send me their credit card information, and I send them the podcast on a thumb drive via U.S. mail.
Nice.
Where's our cut of the money, Aldo?
Oh, don't worry about it.
Where's our cut of the money, Aldo?
Don't worry about it. It's my service.
But you're getting paid off through our fucking work. Capitalism. Fuck.
No, capitalism, baby.
Ooh-wee.
But back on topic. So Kiss Anime, a website that's big in the anime community, is as well as I don't know if it's sister sites as well, like Kiss Cartoon and whatever the other one is. Have shut down.
Kiss Manga.
I don't know.
Kiss Manga has shut down.
Do you know if Kiss Cartoon has?
It probably.
It's probably
Okay.
going to be the next thing.
If Kiss.
Yeah. They've all pretty much shut down. If not, they're going to be shutting down soon. And it's been kind of having a back and forth conversation with a lot of people in the anime community and whatnot, in regards to streaming services or not being whether they have access to said streaming services or not in the country that they are in. So, you guys want to talk about the Kiss Cartoon situation, your possible potential experiences with any of the Kiss sites, as well as if you guys want to go down to it, your own piracy stories, if you want. Go for it, Kyle. I know that you dabbled a lot in the internet.
Yeah. So how I obviously I had the same origin story as a lot of people with anime, with what's this Toonami thing? They're showing really cool cartoons. Oh, these aren't just cartoons. This is the Japanime. And kind of going from there. Growing up on the anime that was in Kids WB and 4Kids and Cartoon Network. Eventually, though, my mom moved out to rural Fucksville. Our nearest neighbor is 3 miles away, Kentucky. So we didn't get a lot of the we didn't even get Cartoon Network. So for a while, the only option was Kids WB.
Don't forget Fox.
Yeah, I got Fox too. After that, I went to go live with my dad. But in that meantime, the only way that I could continue doing anything in the anime community was reading manga. So I read a lot of Shonen Jump. I was one of those Barnes and Noble kids that sat down in the fucking manga aisles and just fucking straight up read volumes all day every day after school.
Yes.
But like I had, but like in the brief instance where like we lived in Kentucky and wasn't in shitty Farmville land, I knew there was a way that you could watch anime online and download episodes because I had ran into those websites, but like for one, I didn't know how to navigate them, and two, our internet connection wasn't fast enough. So skipped to one summer vacation where I go to hang out with my mom for the summer, and she had a super fast like DSL internet connection and whatnot. So I retook that up, and that's where I got really into emulators. It's when I first learned about Mugen, and it's when I first started like really deep diving into anime. I found out about torrents and direct downloads. I was able to watch a lot of anime series that there was just no way for me to watch. Like I was able to watch all of Full Metal Alchemist in the original Japanese sub. I watched all of Get Backers. I watched a huge amount of Bleach before it even got a dub over here in the West, because I really loved Bleach from reading it in Shonen Jump. And then from there, my mom ended up moving back to Utah with me, and then we got an internet connection finally. And then from there, it went from downloading the Narutos and the Bleaches every week from Databio, and like that was just how I saw it. Like I got to watch anime. It was my first inclusion into Samurai 7, Raw Zephon, Cowboy Bebop, The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, a bunch of shit. And I probably would not be as invested in anime or have as much an evolved taste if it hadn't have been for piracy, because there was no other way to watch anime unless you really liked Dragon Ball Z and Naruto, and whatever Naruto. Random shit that a bunch of old white dudes could deem were marketable in the U.S.
Like Mega's XLR.
60 giant robots.
Or Ninja Scroll.
Yeah. Well, Ninja Scroll was a little bit before my time.
Okay.
So, like... Oh, you're going to keep going. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, that's my history with anime and piracy. I still... Like, that was also how I watched, like, Kaiji for the first time. Like, I think what a lot of people don't get with anime and piracy is that for a lot of people... That's really the only way you can really watch anime. Not so much now. There are a lot more like unique problems to anime streaming and downloading illegally than there are now. But a lot of people have really fond memories of it because that's the only way that you could watch anime, really. If you wanted to branch out from fucking Cartoon Network, or if you were one of those manga aisle kids in Barnes and Noble, that was the only way to watch anime of the manga you had read. But I'll let other people take the wheel before I get around back to my feelings on Kiss anime in general and anime piracy and whatnot.
Marcus?
So you remember watching anime in multiple parts on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh god, I remember laughing at Scrub Lords
So
that had to watch anime like that because they couldn't figure out how to use uTorrent.
well, yeah. So like that's fair and all, but like at that time, like that was when we barely got something other than dial-up internet. So I didn't know anything about like other sites. So like I had to use stuff like Daily Motion, what was it? Otaku Streamers, or if like I just couldn't find like a specific show that I was wanting to watch where they had more than like a season of it, I would have to look on like YouTube and then try to go through that route, which was a pain in the butt. Yeah, so watching all those in every parts, like, and then like on some of the players on it was like on otaku streamers, like the player wouldn't work half the time, so I would just be stuck with like a whole bunch of unfinished shows due to that until, you know, like later on when I was able to like torrent shows or, you know, things like Crunchyroll and other streaming services came out that would just have full series and you just didn't have issues like with the player as much. But that was pretty much my experience with that, or, you know, going to the library.
Library anime.
Yeah, checking out library animes.
What?
Oh yeah, that's that's where I got started with a bunch. With that's how I watched Ava after I saw like the first 3 episodes on Toonami. They had like their giant robot week, and they only showed the first 3 episodes, and I was like, y'all can't do this shit.
that's how they get you, bro.
Yeah, and then for some fucking reason, I would like steal like the DVD inserts that had like the little character art and like the episodes on them. So like if you ever got like a library DVD and it didn't have that in it, it's probably I have it in a box somewhere.
Hey man, I used to get back when like New Type and Otaku USA magazines were a thing. Me and Squishy used to steal the fucking posters out of the magazines.
Yeah, but I got you.
I would do that with Blockbuster games that I would rent. I would
Yeah.
steal the instruction booklets.
Yeah, I get all excited when like I rented one and I had it in it, and I was like, yeah, it's mine now. I was gonna say, but yeah. So I mean, kind of like, you know, these guys also got into it like the same way. A lot of like, the 20. I was the guy that was like downloading episodes. I had to download like 3 versions of the same episode from like LimeWire or whatever. Because like inevitably one of them will be porn, and I was like, yo, this isn't Naruto.
That is very risky, bro. That's very risky.
Yeah, on the family computer.
Oh, bro.
On dial-up, so like, you know, one phone call just killed everything.
So I have to ask, so we can separate the men from the boys. Did you do the pro hacker move of using LimeWire to download LimeWire Pro?
No,
Oh,
No,
you
that-
fucking chud!
dude, I was
You
like
smooth-brained Neanderthal.
I was like 13 maybe.
I had LimeWire.
So
but,
what?
Okay.
So was I, and I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Uh,
I'm an elite hacker now.
I don't think I even knew there was a LimeWire Pro. But anyways, like yeah, so like that's how I got into it. And then when I get a little bit older, you know, streaming shit. That was kind of my piracy thing. And then like when I started, because I pay like an ass load of money for subscriptions nowadays, which kind of kills the point of cable, but of like cable cutting. But like I don't know, whatever. I'll admit it. I download fucking anime today. Don't come at me, FBI. Please don't.
I'll be ever so good.
But like, so part of like what cemented it for me was like, and not necessarily like pirating, right? Like owning shit, like having your copy of thing, especially with anime, is because like rights hell is such a bitch thing to deal with. I mean, like 2 examples. One of them is like Ava, right? Like buying that platinum set that I have now was like my fucking white whale for like years, because it just wasn't available anymore. Like they finished their prints. They had come out with like 3 different versions of it. They had done their prints. They were done. So like, I don't know. It's a little bit bullshit to be like, don't pirate. You should support the creators. But like, unless the creators give me like a way to support them, it feels kind of shitty. At least, especially for me, it'll be like, yeah, sure, I'll fucking drop $200 so this motherfucker in Ohio can send me Evangelion DVDs that don't go to Gainax at all, or Hideaki Anno or whatever. But like, I mean, I did it.
God.
But like before that, it was like I have like 3 different like versions of Evangelion on like one of my hard drives, and it's also because like pirates do things that like other companies don't do, and like again, Evangelion is a prime example for this shit. They came out with the fucking Blu-rays in Japan, and they never came out with them here of the original series and the original movies. And so you know what pirates did? Pirates took the fucking things and subbed them and distributed them here. And then like even at least to me, because I grew up with the English dub, even cooler, motherfuckers took the English dub, kind of mastered it, like remastered it a little bit, and put it on the Blu-ray video. So like now I have English Blu-rays, English Blu-ray quality Evangelion series that is not available because it doesn't exist. And like that's like the thing, right? Like that's kind of why I like having like my own copy, even if I can't, if especially if I can't, like if it's not available to me in a legal format, because there's only so much I'm like willing to do for that shit. You know, just short of dropping $200. But also like Monogatari, like the fucking English shit for that is so goddamn expensive. Like the Blu-rays are just like $80 for like season 1, like $200 for like the season 2 set. Like it's just so much fucking.
Yeah, that's something that I remember too, because like I remember when the Persona 3 movies were coming out. If you wanted to buy that shit in the US, it was $60 a movie, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
No, fuck you.
Yeah, the one that killed me because I was all like, I loved it, and I was like, I'm gonna buy this as soon as it comes out in physical, was Your Lie in April. And Your Lie in April comes in 2 Blu-rays, and each one of them costs $130.
Jeez.
Really?
Holy shit!
Yeah. Yeah, so like, all right, fuck it, I'll just pirate it. That's fine. I just want it accessible to me when either my internet goes out or there's an inevitable like rights crisis and like nobody picks it up for months or years or whatever. And like the one that happened to me with was what's it called? The Woman Called Fujiko Mine, or Mine, however you want to call it.
The Lupin movie?
No, not the movie, the
Series?
series.
Okay.
It's a series called That Woman Called Fujiko Mine.
I don't know you. I don't know you're a fan of Lupin.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Cool.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
He's got like almost all of the Lupin shit on his Plex.
Yeah.
Did you not notice
Part of that, so specifically Fujiko Mine's, I was gonna buy the fucking series because it's actually like a really great piece of like feminist anime media, which is a lot more available now, but before Fujiko Mine was not, because it's written by a woman. It's a lot like a lot of female creative team is on it, so it's actually like a pretty unique piece of anime history in a sense. But I didn't have the money for it for the longest time, and then when I finally had money, the company that had the rights for it for the American distribution had lost it, and they had stopped producing it, and it had sold out everywhere. So it's either like, okay, I could buy this, but I also don't want to pay like $100 for, a $50 set that was only available 6 months ago. So, fucking pirate it. Fuck you. I'm not going to pay somebody else money for something that was like readily available half a year ago. And it still hasn't been re-picked up again. So it's kind of like, I don't know, like, that's like the thing about piracy. Like, there's a lot of good and bad shit about piracy. Like, yeah, you can argue that like it can or can take away money from like the industry, right? Especially because like anime is such a weird thing. Because like, sure, you can pay Crunchyroll, but like, unless like if you're only watching one show, if you're binging like a bunch of shows, like only 10 cents of your subscription are going towards that show. And even then, it's not even going to the show. It's going to like the publishers and distributors and whatever. the best way to support, your shows or the shit that you like is like Patreon, merchandise, like shit that's closer to the fucking creator or studio. But like the thing that piracy does that like a lot of companies don't do because reasons, whether it's money, effort, license, whatever, is fuck, what was it called? Not curation. It's just storing all of this old anime that doesn't get picked up, right?
It's archiving.
Archiving. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. The archival of like all these old series or even new series like Fujiko Mine is. I don't think you can stream that anywhere right now.
Nope.
And it's a really good fucking show. It's a really well done Lupin show, but like you can't really find that. And if you want to watch all of Lupin, I think you have to go to like 2 or 3 different streaming services because some of them have like, season 1. Some of them have the Italian story. Some of them have like seasons 4 and 5. Some of them are in English. Some of them are not. Some of them are like only Japanese. Like, and it's like it's really hard to archive anime modernly, with the exception of the original studios in Japan that do it. But even then, if like your main consumption is anime in English, that's lost. Because sure, like the original Lupin studio can hold on to all these versions and episodes of Lupin and movies. But if like all of the rights shit goes to hell, the Japanese version is the only version that exists, and it probably exists without subs or dubs. So then we're fucked. Unless, like, pirates take care of that and fan subs. Anyways, that's my thing.
All right, Squish, do you want to talk about your history?
So, I was a big LimeWire man. So,
Okay,
same question. Same question.
so like I didn't download much anime. Like me and anime.
Hey, that's not the question.
I know
man.
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying my piracy.
Did you or did you not do the pro hacker move and use LimeWire to download LimeWire Pro?
LimeWire Pro.
Oh my god! Truly, I am the only man in this
Yes.
podcast.
What about LimeWire Frost or Frostwire?
Frostwire. I had both. I had
Yeah, it
both.
was full blue.
Yeah, but if you got LimeWire Pro, it was black.
Oh wait, then I did have Pro.
You edge lord,
There we
Kyle.
go.
Yeah, because mine was black. I was like, yeah,
Okay.
it's the edgy version.
Yeah. That makes it 10% faster. Carry on,
It should
Squish.
count 10% more.
So I didn't really get into anime until I was well into high school. So didn't really I didn't really know you could download anime. But I used to watch it on illegal sites all the time. I used to do that all the time. But that's how I watched all of Deers. Yeah, I watched all of Deers like that. I watched Naruto. I don't even know. I watched so much, on pirated websites. Kiss. I never used Kiss Anime. What was it was it was Naruto Get. There used to be a website called Naruto Get, and I used to watch all the Naruto on there. Another one was what was it? Shit, I don't even remember. But I used to download a bunch of fucking music off of LimeWire. A bunch of music off of LimeWire,
anime
OPs. But then it was always the fucking Bill Clinton, the fucking sexual
I did not have
relations
sex with that woman.
But I do.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that was awesome. But yeah, it was mostly just I did download a lot of porn.
Sorry if I hit you, Marcus.
but I just
You know what? I can respect
I
that.
destroyed the family computer with LimeWire and porn.
You know what the best? Sorry, I was just want to say something about that. So I used to also download porn off of the family computer LimeWire. The best part was my dad went to like the shitty porn sites, so I never got caught because it was always like his fault.
Nice.
Scapegoats.
Nice.
Oh no, what's up with all these Japanese cartoon pornography on my computer? Oh, it must have been my dad. Wink.
Dad, why are you going to these weird websites? He's like, I don't go to any of these weird websites.
What's
The
what?
computer sure is running slower.
Why does it say futa
Oh,
on it, Dad? What's futa? Oh, jeez. Is that it for you, Squishy?
Yeah, I think that's it.
All right. Now, when I got into anime back when I was I got hard into anime back when Toonami was probably at its maybe at its peak, yeah. Because that's when they started showing Cyborg 009 and Rurouni Kenshin and stuff. I'm like, fuck yeah! And then Adult Swim started showing. This was back when Adult Swim actually started showing anime during the weekdays.
Yeah, dude, you get Full Metal Alchemist.
No, this is before Full Metal Alchemist. This is
Before the Full
this
Metal
is
Alchemist?
this is back when Futurama was on Adult Swim.
So you talk about Inuyasha and stuff like
Inuyasha,
that. Yu Yu
Kaider.
Inuyasha?
No, it was after Yu Yu Hakusho because Yu Yu Hakusho started showing on Toonami.
That's true.
So it was the old anime blog for Toonami back in I want to say it was 2002, the summer 2002. It was Inuyasha, Lupin the Third, Kaider, Fooly Cooly, Trigun, and I believe Cowboy Bebop because Adult Swim always shows Cowboy Bebop, which is good because Cowboy Bebop's great.
I've never finished Cowboy.
I've never finished Cowboy Bebop either. I have access to it everywhere. I even have DVDs of Cowboy Bebop, but I've not finished
Dude,
it.
I have the Blu-rays. I have it on my hard drive. I have it's probably on 2 of the subscription services I have.
Yeah, right. But I just haven't finished watching it.
Same.
Freaking. I didn't have a computer till way past the LimeWire days and stuff. I was the reason why I was so hyping with Kyle about Barnes Noble because I was the Barnes Noble kid. Also, that's how I found out about Deers and stuff and a bunch of other harem animes because I used to love harem animes. Now they're
oh yeah, that's the library is how I found out about Love Hina.
Really, I found out about Love Hina through through a person who was reading it in junior high. I'm like, what is this? It's don't read this. I'm like, motherfucker, I will beat your ass if you don't tell me what this is.
What is this? Don't read this.
I'm taller, stronger, and blacker than you, kid.
I found out about Love Hina through reading AI Love You.
Oh.
I think they're made by the same person.
I used to remember.
I think so.
It was Pioneer's no longer a thing, right?
No.
Yeah, I feel like they died a long time ago. Because right now I can only think of is manga entertainment still a thing?
No.
Oh,
I don't think so.
Yeah, it is made by the same guy.
okay.
Oh, it's the precursor to Love Hina, huh?
Hey, I love you.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Neat.
So, in regards to actual watching anime and whatnot,
That's how I found out about Love Hina through a dating game on Newgrounds. That is how I found out about Love Hina.
Yeah.
And then I heard the intro, and I was like, all right, this kind of bops.
Nice.
It wasn't actually
Nice.
until
Respect.
it wasn't actually until till like one of my parents separated, and my dad got Comcast, in which Comcast did the on-demand stuff. When I started watching a lot more anime, like
That's how I watched Air Gear.
that's how I watched your gear also.
I don't remember
That's-
where I watched Air Gear, but it was somewhere.
I have not watched it.
It's good.
I like it.
Yeah.
I have all the manga, so you could read it. All the
Nice. Also, I'm not popping off, but I want it. I want that dot hacks.
Did you?
You won the
Nice.
dot hack.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
How much?
250.
Wait, you said for the dot hack games,
That's what-
right?
All 4 dot hack games.
Ah, nice. Not the GU ones, but the original ones, right?
The original
With
ones.
with Kite and Black
Yeah,
Rose.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Dude, okay, so I know that seems like a lot of money, but dot hack 4, like just 4 by itself, that runs up to like $200.
I hope it's in good quality.
Me too.
That's the scary thing about eBay, guys.
They didn't have pictures of the discs, so here's hoping.
Right.
And if not, I can just resell them for like $300. It's fine.
Anyway, so on demand was my jam until I want to say until like I moved to West Virginia, and because I was away from everybody, I started dabbling into more of the weebdom. Because
Did the country roads take you home?
I don't want to get into I don't want to get into
That's
this.
it.
You see,
It's- That's fine. That's fine.
I was because of my situation living in West Virginia. I was kind of a shut-in, really, but with valid reasoning though, because it's West Virginia and things don't go the way things should go for a person of my skin color in West Virginia.
Yeah, respect.
So I watched a lot of Air Gear on demand, as well as some animes that popped up. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna put an interest in it, like Nurima Daikon Brothers, which was this weird anime about like farmers trying to become famous musicians. Finished watching Elfen Lied on it as well. Also, before moving to West Virginia, I tried to consume as much anime as possible because we lived in those dark ages in which try to consume as much as possible without any sort of way to like binge it or whatnot. So whatever anime it was, like whether it was for kids or for teenagers, I tried to watch a lot of it. Back when G4 was a thing, they had like the little anime block. That's how I got into Cromartie High School.
Yeah. So not G4. I wasn't turned on to like G4 for a while, even though like I had access to it. But where I watched a lot of anime was sci-fi.
Oh yeah,
Oh, same.
that's when
They had
Mare.
I
to
watched Gurren Lagann for the
I
first
have
time.
their
I
anime
remember
block.
Mare.
Yeah.
Mare on Toonami.
Yeah. Well, no, I thought that was on a.
I don't remember what Mare was on, but I also remember Mare.
I thought
Well,
Mare was on a.
yeah.
What's it called? On Sci-Fi.
Sci-fi?
Mare was on somewhere because I remember Sci-Fi showing Gurren Lagann and Double O. And
I watched Dual Parallel Trouble Adventure on G4.
I also remember G4 also had the Read or Die series as well.
Yeah, they
Oh, I
did.
like that,
Like,
yeah.
I
only saw the movie. but-
I think I watched all of it, but I'm not 100% sure because I felt like they stopped it somewhere because it seemed very cliffhangery.
I caught a couple episodes, but my main read or die was the
The one they showed on Adult Swim, like every once in a while.
Yeah. They also showed it a bunch on Sci-Fi for some reason.
And probably that's what they also showed Gadgard on G4 as well. And fucking Gadgard is if you want to know what my kicks are, just watch that episode of Gadgard, and you're like, all right, this summarizes Jeff. They also showed a Magical Shopping Arcade at Benambashi on G4.
Yeah, boy.
That's one I need to finish watching because it feels like they like with Read or Die that they just don't finish it.
I know Abanabashi has an ending, like it concludes, because I've seen the whole series. I met an older dude that had a pretty huge, extensive anime collection, and so I watched a lot of shit through him. It's how I watched a lot of Miyazaki movies.
Like you were able to, if you didn't have the internet, you didn't have as much as a bigger access as you did with cable television, but it was still there, you know. It probably wasn't until like I said, after when I was living in Australia / when I got back from Australia, I started delving deep into watching online. So I hopped on the bandwagon of watching anime on YouTube, and like before like copyright strikes, things were really bad. So some were like parts 1, 2, and 3, while others were like the full episodes. That's how I watched Saber Marionette J, as well as watching the Japanese version of Catching Sins. And that's when I had that's when I developed a mad Castron boner, which has never settled down. Actually,
Just talk to a doctor about that. It's obviously been more than 4
I
years.
tried, and they're like, "Watch more Castron, bro." Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, good luck with that.
So like, it probably wasn't until like I got my own laptop that I started downloading anime through like, you know, the usual piracy sites and stuff like that. So like, and with what Aldo said, like it's difficult, especially for here in the States. Well, for me anyways, it was difficult for me to watch some anime because my mom used to travel. Me and mom used to travel a lot to Mexico and stuff, and Mexico has its own like sets of anime that you don't really see that you don't see often, if not at all, in the States. You know, like who the hell in the States is gonna know what the fuck Captain Tsubasa is?
Also, super quick tangent on that. You know, I was talking about how like, you know, we lose shit because of rights and whatever. On what you're saying right now, motherfucker, I have been looking for the Spanish Dragon Ball dub for like years, like just a complete one, anywhere, DVD, like bootlegs, pirates. They can't
I
find
used
it.
to have a bootleg Dragon Ball GT movie. I used to have one that I got from the swap meet like a long time ago, but like before GT got to like in America.
Yeah, like I remember I remember places selling like old like old like VHS or DVDs of like Dragon Ball or whatever anime, and like was like way past ahead because I remember watching it was still in the Frieza saga, and I'm seeing like, who the fuck is Majin Buu? You know, like it wasn't until like what there was a store in at the Gateway that used to sell like a lot of anime and whatnot, and it sold a little bit. It looked like it sold hentai as well. It was like right where the fucking it's where the clothing store was. It's right where I think it's where Build-A-Bear used to be, or where Build-A-Bear is now. Not sure, but that was a long ass time ago back when I was little. Anyways, piracy, yes, doing the bad stuff. Like I wanted to during my early college years and stuff when I first met Aldo. That was the time I was getting back to like some old anime. I downloaded Gundam Wing English dub. Downloaded Run Warriors because I remember watching it when I was little, but I never seen the entirety of it. As well as I downloaded Saint Seiya, and Saint Seiya. All right, it only has one English dub, but it was at the time. It was so fucking hard to find the English dub, and they only dubbed like the first the first arc of Saint Seiya in English, and I knew there was a lot more than that. So I had to like scour through like pretty much everywhere to find not only the actual anime itself, but also like the subtitle patch, so I could read subtitles in English, because most of them were in either Spanish or Portuguese, because that's where Saint Seiya was really big. Is big. I mean, same with well, I don't know about how big it is, but same for Hell Teacher Nube, as well as well, no, just Hell Teacher Nube was just the other one I had an issue with. There was like the thing with anime, especially like having an interest in any sort of anime, is that you could see a glimpse of one, like whether it be like somebody watching it on like their phone, or somebody watching it on the internet, or even just like a picture that you find, and you do your research and you find out like what anime it's from and whatnot, and you try to look for it and to find out it's a really obscure anime, and you have no proper access to it. You're gonna fucking try to scour the ends of the earth on the internet to fucking find like just at least probably a good 10 to 13 episodes of said anime. Like, I didn't know. I watched a clip of Daily Lives of High School Boy. I knew what I wanted to watch it, and so I had to fucking scour the internet for it. Found it, watched it, enjoyed it. Freaking Hajime no Ippo. I wanted to show I watched it with Squishy back when we were living for like the second, third, fourth, fifth time. He was watching the Japanese dub of it, and I found out that there was an English dub, so I watched the English dub with my little brother, and that was a bitch to find. Back to the Mongolian Chop Squad. That wasn't hard to find, but there was no access to watch it properly. You know?
Yeah, we would watch it always on like illegal websites.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is that nobody's gonna give you anything. Like no service is gonna give you anything, you know, just because that you like a certain niche to it. If there's a certain niche group that likes a I can't even talk right. What? Streaming services won't give you any sort of we'll give a niche group anything that the niche group wants, you know, because they'll throw it out to the masses, see like, hey, you guys like what you see? Yeah, then we'll get more of it. But most of the things that back in the past are really obscure. Like, what's out of the top of your heads right now, all four of you, what anime can you think of that is really obscure and like you personally know the premise of?
Really?
Aoi Bungaku.
What is that about, Kyle?
Aoi Bungaku is it's an anthology of multiple Japanese short stories created, like animated by various different animators. So there's no like overall theme, but good luck fucking finding that anywhere.
Aldo, got one?
He may not be back yet.
Marcus, you got one?
Can't think of one off the top of my head.
Yeah. Like really obscure.
Like something obscure, but you feel like but something you feel like you probably know. Only you know?
Well, probably not in this group.
Well, yeah, that's fine.
I don't really
Like,
know
for
yet.
me-
I don't really know.
For me, probably it might be. I want to say it's called Magical Taruto-kun, which is an anime about like a little weird, a magical little alien boy thing named Taruto, and he lives with this one kid, and magical hijinks ensues, and he makes the kid turn into a girl every once in a while and stuff. It's a really old Shonen Jump manga and anime from like the 80s and whatnot. Which I should actually look up, see if I can find it. What's up? Yeah, right.
I think that's ultimately the problem, is that like there are definitely some bad actors when it comes to like piracy. There are definitely people that are just, I want free shit. Give me free shit. I'm gonna get it because I can get it for free. But like the anime industry as a whole, and this follows both with Japan and the U.S., has made archiving anime and getting access to anime really, really difficult if it's not a super popular mainstream series. And like the archiving on it's really bad. Japan in general just seems to be really bad at archiving things, because it's also a problem with the video game side as well. There's been so many tales of like games just getting lost, or they like only had one copy that was then damaged or destroyed.
Final Fantasy VIII.
Final Fantasy VIII, the first Kingdom Hearts, Silent Hill 2 and 3, which is why the Silent Hill HD collection is so fucking awful. But like, there's also the fact that like the anime industry doesn't offer, like, what they do offer is so bare bones and nothing. Like the Persona 3 Blu-ray movies were just the movie, and like maybe a few special features that were Japanese and didn't have any subtitles. Like the huge box set that I have for Gurren Lagann is just all of the episodes in like DVD format, and then there's a bunch of extras included with that, but none of them are subtitled. So I have no idea what the fuck they're saying. Whereas like I have a friend who's bought pirated DVDs, like bootleg DVDs, and like they'll have that shit subtitled. They'll have actually really good professional looking DVD menus. I know for a while, if you bought a DVD set of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure direct from Funimation, when you popped that into your DVD player, you got the most basic, like, bootleg looking DVD menu that was just literally chapter select, play movie, and that was it. It looked like somebody just downloaded a program for like making menus in a DVD thing and just used that and then shat it out. And like most streaming providers for anime also don't do a very good job of like providing quality of life services either. Whereas like the pirated, like the ones that are mainly piracy related, do a better job of it.
Yeah, I think kind of my problem with like pirate sites is like, I get it, right? But at the same time, I kind of don't like that they charge. Especially places like this anime, where like, sure, you can use ad blocker and you watch stuff for free, and block out 4 out of 5 viruses on that godforsaken website. But like, I don't know, if you're new, if you're just getting into it, like chances are you're gonna download a fucking virus, and then they're like, okay, anyways, here, pay us for all this stuff, and it's like all right, like sure, like I get no ads, and I get maybe like a higher bit rate or higher resolution available to me, but like at that point, it's like I don't know, like I just feel weird about paying. It's the same way I feel weird about paying on eBay to somebody. It's like that money doesn't go to like the person or the
current
faceless corporation that handles it.
How very current.
Yeah, like that's the defense that I've seen, like a really shitty defense of like people who are like, piracy is bad no matter what. There is no good instance of piracy whatsoever. And it's like, well, what about fucking old ass series that like they aren't producing anymore. You should still have to pay for the fucking VHS, and it's like, why? That doesn't do anybody who worked on it any good. It doesn't do me any good.
Like technically, right now, I am pirating Kamen Rider because I have no fucking access to it any other way.
Yeah, there's
Like,
you're a U.S. person that wants to watch Kamen Rider. Get fucked. You don't get to support it. Like, what the fuck kind of
Exactly,
logic
like-
is that?
Yeah, one of the arguments I saw was like you're not entitled to anything, and it's like that's fair, right? I'm not actually entitled to anything, but it's also like a thing where they're like it's not available in your country. Well, then you just don't get to have it.
yeah, which is
And
bullshit
it's like-
blazing.
Yeah, which is also like, have you considered that like the reason we don't get it is maybe because like they just don't have the money to like translate it in house, or maybe it's just not even a thing. Maybe it's just a thing where like people are like, fuck this, like.
Yeah, like
Yeah. Well, it's like a company that, you know, like Saban, you know, has done all this shit with Power Rangers, and like nobody does that with like Kamen Rider, and it's really just a thing where like there's you know dozens of corporations that could just as easily say, hey, let's import Kamen Rider, but it, you know, all these corporations are just like, you know what, fuck Kamen Rider. So it's like I'm not entitled to it, but it's also not my fault that it's not available to me.
yeah, like I think we had talked about this in the podcast like a few weeks ago, like when the YouTube was streaming the Kamen Rider Zio movie and stuff. You bet your sweet ass I watched it, and I hope that there was enough people that showed that there was some support for it. And yeah, Shout Factory has now started getting all the Kamen Rider stuff like that out now to the state side with their subtitles and stuff like that. But I want to watch more of the current ones. You know, I want to keep up to date with what's going on. I don't want to wait. You know, I would like to have a streaming service like that, or like be able to access what Japan's accessing in regards to their tokusatsu stuff. But it doesn't. You know, we're still a niche. You know, like the tokusatsu series is a niche compared to like, you know, the anime and manga culture that has. Why did I say culture? I guess you consider culture. The weeb culture that has been developed within the last what, like 10, 15 years now?
10, 20 years. Yeah. And that's like also the thing too, right? It's like for like as many bad things as like piracy does, it does as many good things. It helps Japanese or international companies be aware of like the international presence.
Yeah.
And like I don't think anime would have gotten nearly as big as it is now. At least not
Without
in like
piracy.
the speed it has. Yeah, without piracy, without fan dubbers or fan subbers.
Yeah.
Pirate shit, like yeah, like that's
Like have like you go into like either a convention or even like a pawn shop and just like buy that paper thin DVD case that has a JPEG print of the anime series on the DVD, you know, which consists of like
yeah.
That was originally like 150 by 150, but then they blew it up to 500
Yeah, exactly.
by 500. So it
Yeah,
looks
exactly.
fucking awful.
like there was a place
yeah.
like I don't know if it still exists, but Squish.
Yes.
Do you remember going to you remember our friend Sean, right? Our old friend Sean.
Dude, say that again.
You remember our old friend Sean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been with him to the that one weird warehouse in Lakeland where it had like a whole bunch of? Do you remember like where it had all the anime stuff?
Yeah, had the bootleg anime and shit.
Yeah. It had,
Yeah.
it was a warehouse that had a whole bunch of bootleg anime that our friend Sean would just go and buy. I don't know if it exists now.
Do you still want my favorite?
What's
that
up?
Bleach DVD.
The Bleach DVD.
Yeah. So I think it was a Soul Society arc, right?
It was like the beginning of. It was the beginning. We keep on talking about that DVD. We need to get it back.
So we had a bootleg DVD of like it was like the jankiest dub also. Like they mixed around the pronouns a lot. So like when they're talking about Rukia, they'll say he, or like when they're talking about Ichigo, they'll call him she, and then like they directly translated shinigamis, or is that what they called them?
Yeah, the Shinigamis.
Yeah, Yeah, and they directly translated to what was it, like Reapers, Death Reapers or whatever?
Death Reapers, I think they're called Death Reapers, yeah. We gotta find, like, we know where the DVD is. We just haven't
Where
got
is
it
it?
because of what's going. It's at freaking, it's at Stormy's place, dude.
Okay, yeah, we need to get that. We need to get it.
This whole time.
But that,
Dude, you know what I miss about the golden day or the golden era of like fan subs, where like, this is just because I saw a lot of Naruto fans, but it was like. But it was just shit like Naruto going like, "Fuck you, Sasuke, I'll get you back."
Yeah, when they're fucking like all edgy and some of that.
Yeah, where like
Yeah.
all fan subs have a lot of like swearing and f dropping,
Yeah.
bomb dropping.
Yeah,
My
like-
favorite too is like the editor's notes.
Oh, the translator
Kyuubi means nine-tailed fox.
Yeah, translate.
all
Yeah.
plan to Kaku. Yeah.
Keikaku means
Yeah.
all according to Keikaku. Translator's note. Keikaku.
Yes,
means
I
plan.
love that.
Yes, I love that stuff. I love when they would be like, they're like, especially with Naruto, they would translate. They wouldn't translate the fucking jutsu names,
Databayo.
which is
Oh,
fine.
okay.
No, they're just the jutsu names, right? Like all the spells and whatever. And they wouldn't translate them, but they'd have that fucking translator notes that just says like, this would translate into this, but we're keeping it like this because blah blah blah. Like, it's the fucking
Kagebushin no
paragraph of
Jutsu.
like
Kagebushin.
their
Editor's
decision.
note. Kagebushin means shadow clone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like when characters would say like, you know, I love you, and they'd be like Ashitadu or Daisuke
Yeah.
or whatever, and they would keep it like that in the fucking translation, and they'd be like, English doesn't have an equivalent to demonstrate like the importance of love between like Daisuke and Ashitadu, so we're keeping it like that, and it's like, all right, dog. I actually
My
learned quite a
Nakama.
bit about Japanese because of that shit.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
My Nakama. You know what I miss the most, guys? When was the last time you saw an OP that had the translation?
All right.
Oh my god, not recent enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I fucking loved
Right?
that shit. I wouldn't have been as much into like fucking J-rock and J-pop as I was if I didn't have fucking lyric translations to tell me what the fucking song was about.
So I actively have to look for that shit on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I actually just
And, like-
I actually recently looked it up for the Chica dance. And that song's actually pretty fucking funny. If you haven't read like the translation for
Editor's
it.
note. This shit's funny.
And there's that fucking line in there where she's like, I have an IQ of 3, but leave the mystery up to me. It's like, girl, you know you're stupid.
Bitch, you dumb, but I love you anyways. Oh man, like, okay. My opinion with in regards to Kiss anime and Kiss cartoon and stuff, my opinion still stands. Like as to what I said to like pretty much everybody's told me about this, and that is fucking good. I hate that shit, but that's not because fucking. That's not because of the piracy and all that stuff. But it's more so just because that fucking. Whenever I fucking have to take off my ad blocker because you can only get like 2 or 3 minutes in like the cartoon. This was probably more so for Kiss cartoon than Kiss anime. There's like, hey, you gotta take off your ad blocker if you want to like watch more of this. I'm like, fuck, fine, all right, whatever. And then so take off ad blocker, but ad. Hey, there might be a virus. Ad.
And then in the corner, Lois getting
Hey, hot, horny Asians
In the
your
cor-
area
But it shows like a
looking to
sexy
fuck.
fan art picture of Sasuke. Of Sakura.
I mean, hey man, it's going off of your fucking browser
and then it's
history, so you
it's
know,
an
whatever you say.
and then it's an animated GIF of Lois getting pounded in the ass.
Yeah,
Be like, this
Yeah,
game
so,
will
you
make
know,
you
I-
come in 30 seconds.
hot single housewives in your area.
yeah. But
Like,
yeah,
that's,
no, I share the same
That's the thing I'll
feeling.
miss
I think-
once
I
porno
think you
becomes a
can-
streaming service.
I think you know I have like the same kind of feeling as you. It's I don't have a problem with piracy because obviously ahoy maybes I do it too, but I have a problem when like fucking pirate websites get on a fucking high horse and they're like pay us money,
You.
pay us money or we'll fuck up your computer with viruses. And it's like, you know what? Fuck you. Like, if you're getting into this and you're not like a big official corporation, well then fuck you. You're doing it for the passion, or you're doing it to like throw it in their faces. But like don't fucking pretend that you're like any better than they are.
I want to give a shout out.
Charge money.
I want to give a shout out, but nobody listens to this. No, not a whole lot of people listen to this podcast, so it should be fine. It's not the right people. I want to give a shout out to Toonami Aftermath, because that's a website that will just constantly be streaming 24/7. Like a
Old Toonami shit.
Yeah.
Like old Toonami shit and some other stuff, and like it doesn't ask for money or whatnot, but you can donate to it. So
yeah,
like give them props.
Yeah, that's fair. I think if they ask for donations or they have like a Patreon, and it's like obviously that stuff is to help with the servers, because servers are
they're
not
constantly
cheap.
running.
Oh, yeah, I respect that, because it's you going like, this is for, we're doing this because we want to share it, but also we're not gonna like fuck up your computer.
All in all, this is like we can even like go this furthest down to like back when the whole Hentai Haven Faku thing was going on, like that far end as well. Like,
yeah, man.
Rest in peace.
You want to fucking watch hentai? Pirate it. That's it. That's the only option you have if you're in the U.S.
No, you got anime.
Yeah, anime.
Anime
you got Faku.
Technically, dude.
I mean, I guess technically Faku you can pay for that.
But
stuff,
like,
Yeah.
So I guess you do have Faku. But wait, does
you're
Faku have the national treasure of the English dub of Bible Black?
Maybe.
I don't think they do. Yeah, and that's the thing too, right? Like, yeah, sure, we have Faku, but we're at the mercy of whatever licenses or deals Faku can make.
Yeah.
And then at that point, Faku is at the mercy of the deals and corporations that will deal with.
Sorry,
with
Faku,
them.
but if I want to watch like the next episode of Joshi Luck, you go fuck yourselves.
Oh man, I applied to work at Faku.
Oh, you gotta tell me a story after the podcast then.
That's the story. They have an office.
I applied and they didn't respond back.
If
Yeah,
only
they
you were
have
a
an
high
office in
anime girl.
Portland. They had an office in Portland. I was living in Portland. I applied. I never heard back. That's the whole story.
That's sad. All right.
Yeah, man, Faku doesn't even have Bible Black on here.
What is this bullshit?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You guys,
Also, like, shout out to like One Piece for doing like what piracy does that like corporations won't do. Which like I told Marcus about this, but like One Piece is a website that like cuts out like 90-something% of all the filler in One Piece and gets it as close to the manga as possible. And it's like an ongoing project. I think they've edited like over half the series at this point, but it's literally the only thing that has actually like almost convinced me to watch One Piece.
yo.
Yeah, dude, Dream.
Honestly, I'm still gonna recommend you just read the fucking manga, because like even with One Piece, I think there's probably some stuff that they still probably couldn't trim out that ruins the pacing of the anime.
Probably. Oh, hey, quick aside. I started reading Chainsaw Man. Like,
Yeah!
4 chapters in.
Too bad it's gone like really off the rails now. But yeah, get that early stuff. Get that early stuff.
Yeah.
That does segue into something that I wanted to bring up, is that you really only kind of like hear this high and mighty horsing about like, you need to support the creators about anime, but nobody ever talks about reading manga scans online. Nobody talks about it. And I know everybody does it, because when you would go to Anime Bonsai and you would see like Ichiko Bankai cosplays, you'd be like, hold on a second, they haven't gotten there into the anime. How do all these fucking people somehow know about this transformation that hasn't been in the... Yeah, like nobody talks about scanlations. Nobody's like, hey, fucking don't read pirated manga.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's the same fact as like say that there's a girl that really likes My Hero Academia, and she's at a convention, and then she goes up, she's enjoying herself. Then she hears two dudes talk about how her best boy could potentially be the traitor of the heroes. You know,
Yo, man. All right. First of all,
First of all, I have a subscription to Viz, so I am reading those manga scans perfectly legally, sir. Checkmate.
yeah. Second of all, if she wanted to discuss that further, she was more than invited to my hotel room that night. I would have been more than happy to set aside some time and space to really talk about that stuff with her.
completely mutual, right?
It's really-
Please say completely mutual. I don't want to get
That's a little bit cringe, Aldo.
It's a little
All right.
cringe, yeah.
Disclaimer: we are
Second of all,
disclaimer. We are very nice people.
yeah, we're real nice guys.
4 out of 5 of us are nice people. I'll leave who the mysterious 1/5 is to the audience's imagination.
So we've been on this topic for a while now. You guys have some final statements, final thoughts?
Fuck Kiss Anime, hooray piracy, companies need to do better.
Second,
Kyle?
I want my Blu-ray Platinum English dub Bible Black, please.
Piracy is not the sickness, it is a symptom.
Yeah.
Marcus?
Cheers to
My
that.
Joshi Luck 3.
Right?
You ain't never getting it, boy. You ain't never getting
Damn
it.
it.
Luck 3.
For me, it's show us, guys. Show us how much you guys are really giving to the companies. If you show us that you're giving the companies more than us, then you guys are getting yourselves out of the full profit in regards to your streaming service and whatnot. Yeah, okay, that's fair play. And also, if streaming services want to show more anime and stuff, show more anime. But don't fucking yell at us for us downloading, for people to download an anime that you guys don't even fucking have in your goddamn service.
Yeah, but also,
Go for it.
quick thing.
Go for it.
Super quick thing. Alright, fuck Netflix. Fuck the Netflix anime wall. Netflix has the fucking technical implementation on the Japanese website to release weekly episodes. Them putting all their fucking anime like behind the fucking arbitrary date wall before they release all the episodes so you can binge it fucking kills the conversations in the West for those anime. Like The Great Pretender, like that shit is fucking fire according to the internet. I don't know because it was fucking behind the wall on Netflix for like 6 months. Anyways,
Yeah,
if you're gonna do anime, do it right.
Do better.
do better. All right,
do better.
do better, do better. All right, let's hop into the news now, right? Yeah. So first off, for news, last week, DC did their fandom event, because of what
I think you
the
mean the
fandom. Oh my
fandom.
god. Okay, well, Mr. Aldo, I'll give the baton to you.
Oh, damn, okay. All right. So
Come on, you got this, Aldo.
So there wasn't a whole lot.
You got this. You're the host of your own podcast.
So legit, there wasn't. Okay, so legit, there wasn't like a whole lot. There was like some stuff. As far as like movie news, we got a new trailer for Wonder Woman 84, which actually showed us Cheetah in her full CGI glory. Pedro Pascal is apparently the Trump-alike in that movie, and I didn't realize it because Pedro Pascal is Hispanic, and that motherfucker looks white.
So does
and blonde
Marcus.
as hell. Yeah, no, but Pedro Pascal. looks
Pedro Pascal
Hispanic.
is like full on Hispanic.
Like he looks it. He doesn't look like Pedro Pascal in the movie. Is what I'm saying.
Like Like, yeah, there's like, if you Google image Pedro Pascal, you can pull up like him being like the most Hispanic guy on the planet, but then like the next image over is going to be like the whitest man you've ever seen.
Yeah, so that was a surprise. Um, we got a trailer for the Snyder Cut of Justice League, which they confirmed is going to be 4 episodes because it's 4 hours long. And it kind of still looks like the same movie with some new scenes, but who knows?
Holy shit, yeah. Fuck.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy shit.
What, Pedro Pascal?
Yeah, like I just saw a picture of like the fucking villain. Holy shit, that is what?
Yeah.
You're I don't believe you. I know the internet right here is telling me from multiple news sources, yes, this is Pedro Pascal. They're all fucking lying. I don't believe it.
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal could show up at this house right now and tell me, and I'd be like, fucking, you're a liar.
Holy shit. That is a big difference. But he's also Chilean, though. Like, Chileans can do that.
Yeah, Chileans are pretty fucking white.
They can fucking polymorph their skin.
Yeah, dude, that's how Chileans are.
Hey, if you're
Anyways,
Chilean,
yeah, so that was...
don't take it. Like,
Yeah, so that was that.
Shout outs to Chileans out there.
Yeah, part of the Snyder Cut thing that was interesting, but wasn't relevant to fandom was that they actually... This was, I think, news a few weeks ago. Was that they revealed that they actually were able to renegotiate contracts with Henry Cavill and Affleck to recut or to reshoot some scenes. So no more weird mustache CGI face. So, you know, that's something to look forward to, I guess.
so the Snyder Cut's going to be 4 hours long?
Yes.
Yep.
It's also not a Snyder Cut. It's a Snyder remake. Because if you want to get real technical about movies, the Snyder Cut would imply that the movie was already completed in his vision before it was released. But the fact that they had to renegotiate contracts to reshoot or shoot new scenes is not a cut. It is a new version. Anyways.
The Snyder version.
Yeah. Anyways, there was that news. There was also news. They confirmed that they got Michael Keaton and Batfleck to sign contracts for the Flash movie, which is Flashpoint, with Ezra Miller, who, need I remind people, choked a woman in public.
Wait, who did?
Ezra Miller, the Flash.
He choked a woman in public?
Yeah, she was a fan.
What?
Wait, was she a fan? Was she a fan of the actor or the choke?
Yeah, was she like, choke me, Ezra Miller? And he's like,
Or stop choking me, Ezra Miller. Okay, that's
You know, based on the footage I've seen, I don't think she was excited.
In all honesty, please, everyone, do not harass anybody. Do not choke anybody out. And
okay, but also it wasn't her fault. This motherfucker was drunk and assaulted her.
I'm not saying it's her fault. I'm just saying don't assault people. Don't choke people out.
All right, he's saying don't assault people.
Don't assault people.
Okay, sorry, I interpreted that as don't like bother celebrities.
No.
Don't
Like,
wanna get choked.
just don't fucking assault people. Just don't be an asshole.
Be kind to each other. Yeah. Let's see. What else was there movie wise? Oh yeah, there was the trailer for the Batman with Bobby Patz.
Yeah,
and that looks really fucking good.
It looks like Nolan.
Guys,
movie.
heads also from Jeff to everybody out there. Don't judge a actor in regards to the movies that they did in the past. Yeah, like
Yeah, it's dumb.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't like Twilight, but hey,
that Robert Pattinson Batman looks really cool. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. Also, so I want to say a couple. Like, was super quick rant on
Do it, Aldo.
Bobby Patz, because that's what I call him. Because we're friends. Okay, he was in Twilight 10 years ago. 10 fucking years ago, he was in Twilight. He's gone on record as hating Twilight, so that puts him all right in my book. But ever since Twilight, he hasn't been like in any super big. Well, he's been in a few, but he hasn't done a lot of like big AAA blockbuster movies. Because he's been doing like weird indie low key shit. The Lighthouse is apparently one of the weirdest movies you'll watch this year or last year when it came out. That's him and Willem Dafoe drunk in a lighthouse
That
for
sounds
like
pretty
2
cool.
hours. So if you're like, ugh, the Twilight guy, fuck you.
Yeah, I pointed this out when the news first broke, and I'm like, yeah, man, having Edward from Twilight as Batman is almost ridiculous as having that one actor from Mr. Mom being Batman. That
Fucking
being, of
Michael
course,
Keaton,
Michael
yeah.
Keaton.
Yeah.
Or that one guy from 10 Things I
Yeah.
Hate About
So
You
it's-
being the Joker.
Or fucking
Yeah.
that one guy from Heat. Val Kilmer.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. Or that guy from Dogma.
Which one?
Oh,
That
God,
one
I
guy
would,
from
I would,
Jiggly.
I would kill for like a fucking Matt Damon Batman.
Nah, damn, man.
Damon.
It doesn't have to be good. I just
Right?
want it.
Like
oh,
how there was apparently like a
Anyways,
Nicolas Cage
yeah.
Superman.
oh man, I still
Oh
Hey,
God,
yo.
I want that so bad.
so much. I
I
want
still
it.
want that so bad.
I need
We
it.
got Black
I-
Adam also.
Give me Kingdom Come, the movie with Nicolas Cage's old, aged out Batman, or Superman. I need that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Anyways, we got like teasers and
so she mentioned Black Adam.
stuff for like Shazam 2 and Black
With
Adam.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson, which is surprising because fucking, I remember like years people talking about The Rock being Black Adam.
Yeah, it's a good fit.
Yeah, like
Yeah. There was rumors that he was supposed to be the villain in the Justice League movie when it was before it
yeah.
had been finalized.
Like I thought that they would do like Black Adam before Shazam, because you heard about Black Adam before Shazam.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy wild.
I don't know, man. The Rock's making that.
Also,
rock movie.
like in regards to movies, for me, anyways, I'm excited. Is that they said that there's going to be a Static Shock movie, a theatrical movie in the works right now.
Woo! Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, I'm down. And also, apparently, Milestone Comics is coming back. So
as an imprint. But I mean, Milestone comic characters have been in the comics for
yeah, I've just been
years.
fucking in the back burners though. I want my Static. I will buy the first Static comic of
To buy-
the new series. Oh, come on, go
Let
for
me
it.
ask you a question here, buddy. Were you buying the Static Shock comics when he was rebooted in the new?
I didn't know they
52
rebooted
universe?
Static in the New 52 universe.
Well, then you're the reason why it's taken 10 years for them to put Static Shock in the comics.
Hey, man.
again.
Yeah,
It's not my fault. It's not my fault that freaking. It's not my fault
It is
that
your
freaking that people don't like to fucking sell black superhero comics back in the day.
Anyways,
they were selling them, and then they canceled it because people
'Cause
weren't
people are
buying them.
racist.
So yeah,
That's
it's
why.
still your fault.
Hey, they
Anyways.
didn't show me an impressionable youth at the time when the New 52 was coming out. That freaking Static is back. I didn't.
Anyways, yeah. So that's kind of it for movies. Then we had gameplay, we got gameplay and trailers for Justice League: Kill the Suicide
Other way around.
Squad.
Other way around, buddy.
Rocksteady.
Suicide Squad. Yeah, Suicide Squad killed the Justice League.
Yeah, which. Oh yeah, we also got trailers for Suicide Squad, the movie by James Gunn.
It wasn't so much a trailer as more of, hey, look, here's the actors and here's who they're playing.
If you
Yeah,
put-
hey, look, we have 18 fucking actors.
If you put
in
like
the
a
leading roles in the
freaking like an old the Capcom fighting game soundtrack instead, it's like an arcade intro.
Yeah, pretty
Don't
much.
worry, because I guarantee you 12 of those characters are going to be fucking dead.
Oh,
Hey, if your name's not
absolutely.
Har-
I
if your name's
fucking
not Harley Quinn.
want it. Yeah.
Whoever John Cena is playing is definitely
Which breaks my
dying.
heart.
Like,
Oh, absolutely.
the first 15 minminutes he shows up.
I feel like Idris Elba's gonna make it.
Because
to
he's
the
just
end.
Elba. But then again, people said the same thing
Yeah,
about
because
Infinity
he's
War.
he's
Yeah. Him and
the
who the fuck? Flula Borg. I don't like him, but I feel like he's gonna make it to the end. Anyways, yeah. So that was a big cast, and yeah, it's apparently like a 1970s Vietnam War
It's gonna be
movie.
different.
what the fuck?
Yeah, so that's Suicide Squad for you. But yeah, so then we got the trailer for that. Then we also got Oh yeah, and they confirmed that Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League is set in the Arkham universe.
Really?
So that is part of that canon.
Oh,
yes.
same studio, right?
Gotham Knights, however, that's being developed by WB Montreal, which it looks like the exact same game that Suicide Squad is not set in the Arkham universe, but it's just a different story. But both those games,
I feel like Gotham Knights
are,
could be a good
are-
like movie, like a good DC animated movie. Is
I
it?
think it is one.
I don't
I
think
wouldn't
so.
be surprised.
No, I don't think so. I have.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But both of these games look like they're stepping on the gas. They both look very games as a servicey.
Yep.
Which means that they're both probably going to be pretty bad. Now, the director for Arkham Knights has said, "Hey, no, we didn't plan for this game to be a games as service." Which really probably just means that when they sat down and they were designing this game, they were like, "Yeah, this is going to be really cool." And then WB was like, but how's it going to make money? How's it going to make money? Put this in here.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Something to look forward to. Those games. Those games are something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was. I think that was there another game?
Let's see. So
No.
it's the
No, it's
Wonder
just
Woman
those two,
movie,
right?
The two Batman games.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of other movies, they did announce a few animated stuff that's happening. One of them is they're animating Death in the Family.
Didn't
from
they already do
Batman.
that?
But they're
Oh,
no, they did
okay,
Under the
okay.
Red Hood. Death in the Family is the one where Jason Todd actually dies. However, they're doing a little bit of a twist on it. It seems, where they're making it an interactive, DVD adventure, where you make multiple choices while watching the movie that'll affect how it
Okay.
goes down.
So you get to pick if Jason Todd lives or dies. That motherfucker's
You have the choice. Like he's dying. Well,
Yeah,
I am curious.
So this is the movie that Aldo's gonna sit down and watch, right? He's gonna watch the beginning part where they go over Jason Todd and Batman doing the thing. It's gonna get to the point where like Joker's beating him with the crowbar, and then he's gonna select whether Jason Todd lives or dies, and he's gonna select die. And then from there, it's just going to continue on and play Batman.
That actually wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah. So I don't know if they showed it at DC Fandom because I don't watch like all of it. But I do know at least before DC Fandom that had been so they had announced the end of the DC animated universe.
Boo.
But not like the end of them making those movies.
It was-
I think
it
they
was
just decided they were done
with
that
that
particular
that
canon.
series, because that's what that Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. That fucking name, I swear to God. That's where that ended.
Yeah, so like that's where that ended. But they're still making movies. Like they have Kyle just mentioned they're having that Death in the Family movie coming out. There's also like another Batman movie, another Superman movie coming out, which I think is called Man of Tomorrow, which I don't know what story it's interpreting, unless there is a story called Man of Tomorrow, which there probably is.
Based on the thumbnail that I saw for it, it looks like it might be an origin story thing.
Yeah, because we don't have enough Superman origin stories. Anyways, So like that's kind of it. They also announced like a few days prior that they were going to release, or that they were like splitting some of the announcements. So there's supposed to be another DC Fandom next month where they will be showing off more stuff, and I think that event is supposed to be more comics focused. They also didn't confirm Harley Quinn season 3, but they did have Kaylee Cuoco doing like a Q&A in character. And
You know what
motherfuckers
they
just
did
fucking confirm it.
All right.
you know what they did confirm for a third season?
What?
Titans.
Yeah. I mean, I shouldn't judge. I haven't watched it, but also, fuck that.
I need to see Doom Patrol.
So I haven't seen Titans either, but I did watch somebody who really wanted to love the series dive into the first pilot episode, the first 4 episodes of it, then the whole first season, and then the whole second season, and it's just a fucking train wreck. And I'm really sad that I may end up still having to watch Titans season 3 because they have said that Red Hood is going to be the main antagonist for it.
He's like, well, shit. Here we go again.
Yep. Yeah. And I'm just gonna fucking hate it the whole time. I'm gonna pull a Jeff and watch a thing I know I'm gonna hate.
Hate watch.
Yeah. Thankfully, though, I think Titan Season 3 is probably going to be a lot shorter than fucking Gundam Seed and Gundam Seed Destiny.
Yeah, probably.
I still didn't have it touched fucking Destiny yet. Anywho. Let's...
Yeah, so that's kind of it for
like-
DC fandom.
Yeah.
It's kind of okay. I know they were trying to replicate the feeling of like being in Hall H during Comic-Con, which is like, if you don't know much about Comic-Con, Hall H is like the big announcements stage where like every time you see videos of like people reacting to Comic-Con trailer, like that's where it usually is. That's also where like the leaks happen, where people record on their cell phone in their pocket. But I don't know. I've never been in Hall H.
You've never been to Comic-Con.
So I don't know.
You've never been to Comic-Con.
What? Yeah, I've also never been to Comic-Con. But I've never been to like either of them. But like, according to like some of my friends that like have gone to Comic-Con and Hall H, they said the spirit is there. Because like I guess the way they did the panels is also the same way that they do like the panels at Comic-Con, specifically like the Wonder Woman one, where like they had like a big conversation with all the cast members, and they had like a Q&A and shit like that. But I guess like during the middle of the whole thing, the original Wonder Woman actress, Linda Carter, showed up, and like she was also part of the Q&A and like had a conversation with like the director and Gal Gadot and stuff like that. And they're like, yeah, that feels very like Hall H-ish, but like you just can't replicate that stuff online. Like it's just different actually, like seeing them there and shit like that.
All right. We all good?
Yeah, I think that's it for the
right.
fandom stuff, the DC
So
stuff.
from here to the other side of the pond, westbound. Yes, west. East. Fuck. I'm dumb.
Are you
I
okay,
think I'm
buddy?
having an aneurysm. I don't know. My head hurts.
All right, just power through. We gotta cut the podcast.
So Gamescom is still currently going on right now as we're talking. A lot of things that have been kind of shown for the most part are just like things that for the most part we already know for games that come out. They showed some DLC for games that have already been shown. Like for example, Doom Eternal is getting their first DLC in regards to I believe it's DLC, the Ancient Gods. Have you guys played Doom Eternal yet?
Not yet.
Nope. Have you guys played
Nope.
the 2016 Doom? What'd you think of 2016
Yep.
Doom, Kai?
Fucking good! Rip and tear, motherfuckers! That's it. That's basically it.
All right. That's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know.
Like, I've always been curious about Doom because I never played Doom before.
Well, correction. I played Doom 64.
Back when, I had a 64.
That was my first Doom too.
And I remember seeing my friends play Doom 3 on the OG Xbox. But Doom's never really appealed to me in any sort of way. But it does seem hype. I'm not gonna lie, it does seem hype. The only downside to it probably is the fact that Mick Gordon's not gonna be doing the music, I believe, for this one because of the whole fiasco that happened. So that's kind of a bummer. But it's pretty hype though, right, Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it comes out on the 20th of October. For those of you guys who are interested.
Any thoughts in regards to you guys on any of the stuff on Gamescom?
Like anything that really interests you or not?
Yeah. Yeah, there was one thing that
What's
really
up?
interested me. So, shortly after they dropped this trailer, the guys over at Activision who developed the Call of Duty games made sure to let everyone know that their game, set in the very not political time period of the Cold War, from their very not political series about war, dropped their trailer featuring Ronald Reagan and basically everything that they've dropped in regards to this Cold War-esque expansion that they're doing is very much constant McCarthyism Red Scare bullshit. And it also featured my favorite person in the whole wide world, Ronald Reagan. Yep, and then they had the audacity to release that they're definitely not trying to make any kind of political statement or do anything political with these obviously very political topics, which is it's just bullshit. Like, I feel like people are getting real fucking shitty about the discussion of politics in games, mainly because there's a lot of bad actors that are like, oh, I don't. Why do all these games gotta have politics? When really what they're saying is, I don't like these games talking about things that I don't like. Why is this icky trans person here? How come there's a black character that's the main character in this story? And they're using it to hide, like they're using the argument that like games shouldn't be political to hide their shitty fucking behavior, and I hate it. And I feel like Activision is doubling down and jerking them off. Also, fuck Ronald Reagan. I can't wait to go to hell and spend my eternity torturing him by explaining to him in great detail the thematic failings of Naruto.
Damn.
I'm gonna just stick with it.
I'll be there with you. Kyle. I'll be there with you.
I have no good defense.
Aldo, what about you? Anything that interests you in regards to Gamescom?
No, because like, listen, I just want a release date and a price for the fucking PS5. Like, that's all I want.
That's how I feel.
And nobody's.
They opened up pre-orders for it.
No. They opened up the ability to register to enter into a lottery to get pre-orders.
Huh.
Yeah. So you can register on like Sony's website, and it's like, hey, when pre-orders come out, we'll send emails out to like random ass people who have signed up for this list, and they will get a first come first served chance to pre-order a PS5. Supplies are limited. Anyway, so we didn't get any news on that. The Ratchet and Clank. This is like the first time in like since the original trilogy that I've kind of wanted to play a Ratchet and Clank game again. Because it looks neat, it looks cool. I like the way that dimensional shift shit looks when like you hook shot into like a portal or something. That looks really fucking clean, snappy, and fucking beautiful. But other than that, I don't think there was anything I was all that hyped for on Gamescom.
Yeah, for the most, like I said, for the most part, it's just like stuff for the most part, we already knew.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? My bad. Oh, my bad. I'm forgetting the game that nobody could have predicted was coming. Because everybody was fucking dying for this. The Walking Dead bridge building game. Oh boy, that got me hot and bothered, and a boner won't
Hey
go
man,
away.
you like building bridges? I like being on them.
No, dude, it's all fucking sarcasm. It's stupid. Fucking Jeff Keighley is like, we got a new game reveal for you, and I think it's a game that nobody saw, nobody would see coming. And I was like, and it fucking started, and I was like, yeah, because literally nobody has asked for this, not even Walking Dead fans, like all 12 of the remaining ones.
Only
Like-
12 remain.
Yeah, that show went down the
Anyways,
fucking
that
hill.
was, yeah. You know, Goose Game is
Yeah,
getting
Goose Game's
multiplayer,
getting
like
multiplayer,
local
that's a
co-op,
plus.
so that's neat.
Stuff.
We get season 2 of Fall Guys.
They season 2 Fall Guys, that's awesome. Little Nightmares 2.
Yeah, but like that's
you
not
like,
a
you like
surprise.
Little Nightmares, right, Squish?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down.
Yeah. So that's coming out.
Yeah, so far Gamescom hasn't provided anything super fucking...
Yeah, but like to my
Hey, they showed
I don't know.
the deluxe edition for Jump Force on the Switch, which has freaking
Yeah.
Miriam from fucking Hunter x Hunter as a playable character.
but
I don't know who
I don't know.
that
At least to
is.
my recollection,
Kyle.
I don't.
I do know who that
Okay.
is. So put it out, Squish.
But like I don't know. I don't think Gamescom has ever really been like a hotspot for game announcements. I don't think I can ever. I don't think I can remember a single time or year where like a Gamescom announcement was like
Groundbreaking.
fucking groundbreaking or shit. Like
I think Gamescom is usually where, like, I think the only company that really drops bombshells there is CD Projekt Red.
yeah, the only
Because they're stationed.
Which Cyberpunk is
yeah the
getting
only
pushed back.
announcement, the only bombshell they're gonna drop is another another extension on Cyberpunk.
Yeah, Cyberpunk.
Another
Cyberpunk's
delay.
been
That's, what I was- yeah,
So
that's just the announcement. Just Keanu Reeves comes out to like
He's gonna
stop
be like, you guys
the blow.
ready for Cyberpunk?
He's like,
Well, too bad.
Too bad.
Got pushed back another 6 months.
now suck my dick. I'm gonna go watch Bill and Ted.
And then he just like dabs off the stage and he's like, "You're all great." And then everyone cheers.
Wild Stallions.
Well,
Wild
yeah.
Stallions. Or just John Wick's everybody out of his way.
Oh no!
We go to this two ways, guys. We go the Bill and Ted way or the John Wick way. The choice is yours. If you're too late to ask, you know what way you get?
The Matrix.
Whoa.
You get
you get Constantine.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you get
Oh.
Speed.
Hey, Speed was good though.
Yeah. So it's John Wick. You get Lake House, motherfucker. guys,
Oh,
guys,
no.
can I give you guys a confession?
Go for it.
Before the John Wick movies, Lake House was actually my favorite Keanu Reeves movie.
Lake House?
The Lake House, yeah.
I have never seen it.
Yeah. It's a stupid romance movie where like him and Sandra Bullock live in like the same house at different points in time.
Oh!
And they communicate by putting letters
Okay,
in the
yes.
mailbox.
Yes, I have heard of this movie then.
Yeah, it's like the precursor to Your Name. Like Your Name stole the whole premise from the Lake House, minus the big spoiler third act.
And what? Lake House or Your Name?
Oh, in
Okay.
Your Name.
Fucking.
Yeah.
Oh
So-
my god, I've seen a lot of fucking movies with you. God, I am glad that you're back here, Aldo, so that when this whole COVID thing's over, if we could watch a bunch of anime movies together again.
Yeah, dude. And you know, hopefully, Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0.
Just one.
will be out, so we
Right.
can go see that
Yeah,
together.
got teased
After like,
what, 6
what
years?
is it?
Yeah, like it's funny because when we went to go watch
I think longer
right?
than that.
when we
It
went
was
to go
like,
watch
boom,
3.3
Godzilla.
or 3.0, Aldo had to find another place, and I sat with all those uncle watching the movie. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. And then like everybody's going all like mad fangirl when like freaking it's the Shinji Kaoru Keiharu was like hanging out in the bathtub. What were they hanging out in the bathtub, or were they playing on the piano? They're playing on the piano. Yeah, and he's like, yo, Shinji, we can play like this forever. And she's like, yeah, let's fuck, no homo.
Yeah, it's all fucking like super homoerotic piano playing. I didn't realize you could make that shit homoerotic, but Hideaki Anno fucking
it's called
dunks on me
homophonic.
yet again.
All right, I'm done. I'll be good. All right, but yeah, anything anyone else want to talk about in regards to Gamescom?
Oh, that's right. That's what we were talking about.
I ain't got nothing.
Yeah, no.
Nah. I already talked about Walking Dead Bridge Builder.
The hypest game of this side of the bridge.
Side of the bridge.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, was that fucking that mage battle royale game? Spellbreaker.
Spellbreak?
Yeah.
That freaking anime game of fighting.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
played the beta.
Scarlet. No. They did show off a little bit of gameplay for Scarlet Nexus, which I assume none of you remember, but it was that edgy anime game they showed off for the Xbox.
I remember, and I remember specifically thinking, this looks like. Kyle's game.
And then I think Kyle was the only one that was excited for it.
Yeah. To give you an update, because I did watch that gameplay footage, it's still very much a Kyle game. It is on track to be the Kyle game.
Well, hopping from something Kyle likes to something Kyle,
I don't know. Kyle would be questionable about is in regards to Resident Evil.
Oh.
So Kyle, do you want to do this one?
This. Alright. So, Netflix announced that they're going to be doing a live-action
Continue.
Resident Evil show. One of the things that they announced with this live-action Resident Evil show are the Wesker kids. Now, if you don't know anything about Resident Evil, other than you know who Wesker is, you're probably like, oh boy, that sounds real fucking stupid and shitty. If you're a Resident Evil fan who's in the deep lore, like I am, you were kind of excited about this, because the Wesker children was actually a thing. Wesker was part of a series of experiments with a bunch of other children. Most of them ended up dying off, but Wesker was like the prime candidate, hence why that project later became known as the Wesker children. And so, for a split second, you were like, oh shit, we're going to get a Netflix live-action Resident Evil dealing with some deep lore. That means people like this series. And then you read the plot description, and it's like, oh no, this is about children that are supposed to be related to Wesker, and they're in New Raccoon City, finding out an ancient forbidden secret, and then there's a second part to this live action television show that takes place way in the future when everything's been wiped out and the world's just zombies, and it's just like.
So
the
it
Wes
sounds like it's
Anderson
going from
movie.
Phantom Blood all the way to fucking fucking Stone Ocean.
No, it's going from the live action Resident Evil movies to now it's a shitty television show with children. That's
Oh
it.
man, do you think they're gonna make it like Archie, and it's gonna be just like infighting and romance, and they're gonna find old Jill Valentine, but she's hot still, so they're gonna try and fuck her.
Honestly, if that was the show, it would be a
It sounds
lot
more
better.
sensible. It sounds sensible.
What I'm thinking it's
It
gonna
sounds
be.
Resident Evil sensible.
Oh man, you know what I wanted? What is that fucking? Oh god damn it! What was that fucking movie in the 90s that had like the sister and the brother, and they were definitely
Cruel
fucking.
Intentions.
But it was like a thriller. Yeah, Cruel Intentions, but with 3 of them, and they're all.
Is that what the freaking is that what the
It's
Spencer
just 3
siblings are
Weskers.
essentially in fucking Code Veronica?
I don't know, dude. Ugly.
No, because in Code Veronica,
Oh, Ashford,
You
yeah,
have
the
Alfred
Ashford
Ashford.
fucking.
you have Alfred Ashford, who's like the remaining Ashford member, and he harasses Jill and Steve throughout the first part of the game. But then you also see him talking to a woman who you assume is his sister. But it turns out that Alfred Ashford is actually crazy. Air
I'm
quotes, 'cause
crazy.
You can't see them. And he's been dressing up as his sister. But then when you go to the Antarctic base, you actually find out that his sister was actually alive, and now she's injected herself with the I don't know, the L virus, whatever. Pick a letter from the alphabet.
And then sprinkle on the word virus at the end.
Yeah, the virus, the V virus, and she becomes the end game monster boss at the end.
Resident Evil, guys.
That's base. Yeah, and Wesker shows up to have like a Matrix fight with Chris for like 1 minute towards the end of the game, and then he's like, "See you in Resident Evil 5."
where you get to punch a boulder.
Teleports away.
Kyle, I appreciate your Wesker accent. Your Wesker accent so fucking much. Fuck, bitch. Oh shit.
Maybe we'll play Resident Evil
Oh,
5
God.
on the channel sometime.
Yeah. Oh.
I still need to finish
All
that one
right.
as well.
So.
It was me, Chris. It was me. I went back in time and jerked you off at supersonic speeds to make you think you would nut it at a woman's touch. I'm Wesker,
I'm gonna say
bitch.
the N-word now.
Chris, I'm gonna
Wesker,
say the N-word.
Don't do Wesker. This is
Don't
Africa.
do it, Wesker.
I can't do it.
Beano.
Okay. All right. Final thoughts on fucking Resident Evil Netflix edition.
I'm
Chronicles.
down to watch it.
I'll probably watch it out of pure curiosity.
Same.
Yep.
If it's just 8 episodes. All right. So
Right.
I'm to get kind of on a now more depressing topic.
You good?
So now, Skullgirls is a game that just can't fucking. It just can't be part of fucking. It just can't be part of good conversations other than the gameplay, because there's just a lot of shit that happens behind the scenes. And Skullgirls is a fun game, man. Everybody should understand that there's more than just one person behind a game, you know. And about as big as how big as Mike C was, he kind of was an asshole. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
which is like probably unfortunate for some people and whatnot, but that's kind of how the nature of the beast is and stuff.
I would say it's probably super shitty for the people
Oh, yeah,
that
without a
had to
doubt.
work with him. Probably a little bit more than
Like-
unfortunate.
Albeit, this is not. It's not any change in regards to Skullgirls overall, because there's they just announced that they're going to be making a new character in like the mobile game or whatever.
Yeah. So to actually talk about what's been going on here, for a long time, Mike Zero, or full actual name, Mike Ziamont, has apparently been engaging in a lot of sexual harassment and inappropriate behavior around the employees at Lab Zero Games, which is the people that have been working on Skullgirls. As a result, if you've been on Twitter and you kind of are involved with a lot of the stuff, you've noticed that a lot of people have been resigning from Lab Zero Games because Mike Zero owns Lab Zero Games. Nobody's like removing him or whatnot. So that's kind of the shit that's been going on behind the scenes with Lab Zero. Now, fortunately, this story actually does have something of a good ending, because the actual Skullgirls IP doesn't belong with Lab Zero. It belongs with Autumn Games. And so at this point, Autumn Games has cut off Lab Zero from working on it. And from what I hear, it's not in their official statement. Or actually, it may be in their official statement. But it looks like they're planning to cut ties with Lab Zero, and a lot of the people that have resigned, looks like they may be rehiring them into Autumn Games outside of Lab Zero to continue work on Skullgirls to push it forward. So that's the actual news story.
Like, it's just really unfortunate, like, because if with the amount of publicity, a lot of people a lot of negative publicity, anyways, that Skullgirls, that's behind Skullgirls and Mike Z, it's gonna like make a lot of people, like, you know, kind of be on the fence in regards to Skullgirls, and which, you know, it's just not, Mike Z is not the only guy behind it, you know, like there's a lot of talented people that are behind the game and whatnot, you know, and
yeah.
Like for everybody, you know, there's like I mentioned beforehand, there's a lot of people that go behind the scenes of just of something, and you know, if you can't, like, if you are fine with not supporting the guy that behind it, support the people, you know, that are innocent, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's really hard to do that when you know, it all goes through a single pipeline of distribution. Yeah. I can't really control who my money goes to when I buy a video game.
That is true. Like, because like what we were talking about last podcast in regards to what was it called? That one Tron-esque looking game.
The one that kind of looked like Transistor. It looked all super.
Yeah, Aeon Must Die.
Aeon Must Die.
With all the stuff that happened with that studio and whatnot, you know.
Like, again, though, with that, like, I don't think that story has a happy ending with Aeon Must Die, unless the publisher's like, all right, yeah, we actually did fuck up. We're gonna bring all these people that we fucking fucked over super hard so they can keep working on this game. Whereas with this, it does seem like the shitty aspect of Lab Zero, which is just Mike Zero, has been cut out,
and it seems like,
and
yeah,
like, and
he
it
said
won't
that
continue.
they're planning to work with the people who are leaving Lab Zero to help Skullgirls continuing, whatnot.
Yes, yeah. So it looks like he's been cut out. It sucks that it took this long for it to happen. It sucks that people had to deal with that, and I know that, like, for a lot of people, they can't really stand behind the sentiment of, or it's really hard for them to see how somebody could say, don't hate the artist, don't hate the art. Especially in these kinds of situations where it's just one person, that's pretty hard to do. But with like a video game or a movie, which is a project that has multiple people working on it, doing that feels a lot harder, because it doesn't feel fair to the multiple people who aren't pieces of shit that are working on this series, that then have to get bogged down with this one individual shitty's behavior. But it actually looks like, in this instance at the very least, and hopefully this will set a precedent for the rest of the industry, that they can continue forward with their IP with the people that aren't fucking shitty, and move past this with a better work environment.
I hope they do. I hope they do find a better work environment. Like, it's shitty.
Like,
Nobody should be
like-
working like that.
Yeah, without a doubt. Like, okay, so like behind the scenes for Jeffrey, everybody, some non-evil Squirtle stuff. I'm a pretty vulgar person when I have like conversations with somebody and stuff like that. Like, but me being in my position, especially at work and whatnot, I will tell everybody if they ever eavesdrop on my conversation and whatnot. Like, if you ever feel uncomfortable with what I say, please let me know and I will stop talking. Like, I put my foot down. Like, I don't want the fact that people feel. I don't want any of my fellow employees, much less my because since I'm a lead at the job I work at, so I don't want any of my people to feel uncomfortable when they're near me. You know, like that's the position I'm in. You know, and Marcus, you're a lead as well in the same company. So you kind of understand where I'm coming from in regards to like trying to make your fellow employees, you know, as comfortable as possible in regards to conversations and whatnot, you know, as well as like any sort of actions and whatnot, you know.
Most definitely.
Yeah, like because we have a lot like with time we talk to a lot of people and stuff, especially if you're working at the same place for like probably. I want to say, for me, it's been like almost 10 years now, and probably some people more or less than others that we essentially have a kind of, we're more open with one another in regards to stuff. Like my fellow leads during my shift, they are way beyond worse than I am, and all of them are female. And I hear some things, I'm like, okay, that's oof. But like, you know, I'm not like. I'm due to my personality and whatnot, as well as my understanding of them. I'm not personally like disturbed or whatnot, and vice versa with me. But I'm not going to go talk to anybody new or whatnot, or act in any sort of perverted way. You know, it's especially with I want to say with some people in the. Some of the people in that work environment, especially with with how the males and whatnot, they are more so strange. In which, like, you know, my employees will talk to me and whatnot in regards to the situation at hand, and then I'll talk to them. I'll know what happened. Like earlier this year, we had a big topic in regards to one of my employees feeling sexual harassment towards. Somebody who was to put it bluntly, like not to put it bluntly, but like to like over it, because I don't want to get anybody, you know, I don't want to call out anybody or mention my actual job here in the podcast. That there was sort of harassment that one of my employees were feeling uncomfortable, you know, in regards to what the person said. So I had to talk to their manager in regards to it, and thankfully we got it taken care of before it became a giant like, you know, situation where it could have gone to, you know, the main building and whatnot. And the individual did apologize and stopped acting like that towards those people and whatnot. Thing is that everybody's got to understand that every individual has their own personal boundaries and whatnot. The more comfortable you are with somebody, then that's fine. But still, even so, though, like, remember that you are in a work environment with multiple people, and even if you are talking to a person that is more comfortable with what you're saying, there's still somebody else around the corner that finds it very uncomfortable from the language that you use, or even your tone of voice. Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
Sorry about that.
No, that's all good. It's
Yeah,
respectable.
like-
But I mean, I get it.
Yeah, like that's my point of view, because like for me, the last thing I want to do is like get talked to my boss in regards to sexual harassment, because that's something that that's will stay with you for the rest of your your career, your job life and stuff, and that really could destroy you. And I'm not saying that hey, I do bad things at work. I'm saying that I don't want to be the one, or I'm pretty sure you guys as well. You guys don't want to be in trouble for something that you normally say for somebody else to another individual.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I'll talk about how you're my favorite slice of chocolate caramel cake, but, like, I'm going to say that to you at
Yeah.
work.
Like,
I'll say that to you all day, every day, outside of work, in your domicile. A chocolate caramel piece of cake. But, but yeah, no,
Yeah.
I get you. It's just, people got boundaries. You should respect them. Also, alternatively, you could just not be a predatory
That too.
piece of shit.
that's a big thing.
Um,
You come in, you
Yeah.
do one thing at work, and it's fucking work. All right, work first, everything else later, and as long as you're not being a piece of shit asshole creeper, it should be golden, right? Because I'm pretty sure that what's up?
Also, yeah,
You go first.
I was gonna say. Also, Mike Z's just kind of a piece of shit. Motherfucker made like a really bad
Yeah, I
George
heard about
Floyd
that.
joke, like a week or two after it happened on a stream, and like you could feel how fucking tense that stream got for like the next like 10 to 30 seconds.
Yeah, like
So like especially if your job is to be public, and you are a piece of shit, at least pretend
Yeah, it's
not
like-
to be.
save face, guys. Come on, like. I'll be at the same time, like, it's good for you to show your true colors, because now we have less of
Yeah.
fucking, we feel less bad to knowing how big of an asshole you really are.
Mhm.
All right, now does anybody have anything else to say in regards to this? All right,
Nah.
okay, so getting from this kind of thing to better, like what do we have for what do we have for everybody this week? Like what do you guys are planning on for this week to go on? Anything new? Anything interesting?
Jeff, you're the closest. When do you start?
Yeah, Jeff.
Well, shit. I should be finishing my side thing I'm working on with one of my friends. Brave Fence Musashi and Beyond Two Souls are still going on. PK will be coming back. It's probably going to be now more so on webtoons and everything else. So if you guys want to want to keep on reading PK, and I recommend this for anybody, even for people who follow me on Twitter and whatnot, even especially on Facebook, because I put it on a Lotus Face page. Just please keep on continuing reading it through webtoon. I will make it sure it will no longer be on Facebook. That's what I'm saying. Like the first part of PK will be on Facebook, but the rest will be going to webtoons now. Until like either I feel like I'm not getting enough viewing on that, in which I'll probably end up moving it back on Facebook. All right. And also my birthday.
Oh yeah, that's like
Yep.
in less than a week.
Your baby boy is going to be becoming a big boy again. So
Okay.
yeah.
You know what you're gonna be playing though, right?
Oh, we're going to be playing. So, if everything goes good with Squish in regards to the situation, there's going to be a game that we're bringing back. we'll be recording. It starts with Mario, and it has a party. Oh, yes.
Oh no.
No, motherfucker. I met Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing this weekend. I'm playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1.0 plus 2.0 thrice
Yeah, I'll
upon
be
it
there.
all.
Well, I'll be there playing
cannot
Tony Hawk
only.
with you guys. We'll be getting drunk along the way, so we play Mario Party, and we'll see who is the true king of Tony Hawk.
Anyways, I'm getting Jeff that for his birthday.
Aw.
You know, whatever.
Thank you,
You're welcome, buddy. You know, now everybody knows when your birthday is.
Yep. Aldo, what about you, Mister? I live far away. Everybody,
I don't live that far.
you live like fucking 30 minutes away from me, bro. That's still kind of far.
I know. Don't worry, man. Soon enough, like the whole fucking group is going to be segmented into 2 locations. It's going to be the North group and the South group.
What about the Souther group?
Yeah. No, well, that's what I meant. There's going to be us up north, and there's going to be, Stormy and them in the South.
Continue.
Anyways, yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna slow down on my PS2 collecting because I just dropped during this podcast. I just dropped like $250 on that hack. So I'll actually probably be playing that, if anything, at the bare minimum, to make sure that the discs are all right. Trying to catch up on my fucking seasonals. I am so far behind. It's stupid illegal how far behind I am. Or just ignoring that and watching Razafon on DVD and good old glorious 480p. On that PlayStation 2 Slim I bought.
Oh, jeez. Kyle, Marcus?
But
Well, I'll probably be playing more Final Fantasy. Other than that, a whole lot of nothing.
Mario Party?
Trying not to think about Mario Party. And Tony Hawk. Yeah, not Mario Party.
Why does everybody have such a negative feeling about Mario Party?
It's because of the first Mario Party, Jeff. You remember how wasted I got.
Yeah.
That incredible hangover that I had the next morning.
And you saying during the play,
No,
we should do this every day, guys.
Shut your mouth. You just stop.
yeah, and it's probably because of the last Mario Party where like I got fucking crunk as fuck and then
So
had
we
a
just
hangover
need to
the
get
next
Jeff.
day. The second hangover in my whole life.
It's got to be Jeff this time.
Me or Squishy?
It's gonna be Kyle. Watch. It's gonna skip over Jeff. It's gonna go to Kyle.
Mario Party.
What? I mean, yeah, but like
The
what's
hangover.
skipping to
It's a
me?
curse. Every time we play Mario Party, somebody the next morning is hungover as fuck.
Yeah,
It's probably gonna.
It's
be.
been everybody but
there's
Jeff.
been 3 there's 3 rules to Mario Party. The first one, everybody gets way fucked up beyond recognition. There's a lot of inappropriate words and sayings that we spread to one another.
I get surprisingly racist. I've learned.
My brown side comes out a lot. The drunker I get,
Yeah.
like if there's one thing
Is
that
that
I'm
you're
really
not a
glad,
racist?
it's that I've made friends with a very diverse group of people that have helped me see what it's like to be on the other end of like racial slurs, and so as a result, I have got that shit on lock. That doesn't come out unless we're doing the Jackbox rap battle, but only that one time. Only that one time.
I just want to say it's not that I become a racist. It's just that a lot of my stories that I would normally not mention race because it's not relevant, it will become relevant.
That's due to the current climate right now in the world. Shit's hell of fucking.
I don't know. I used to drop the N-bomb like always.
Yeah. Yeah, you.
Yeah, you know how I can tell?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your brother.
I dropped it last week on Jeff to make a joke, and I felt real uncomfortable about it. Because it was the King Shark joke.
Hey, like, even though I'm black, freaking I don't even say the N-word unless like either I'm really drunk.
Oh yeah, when Hood Jeff comes out to play.
Yeah, good job.
So stay tuned for. Oh my god. Oh yeah. By the way, Marcus reminded me that. Is Marcus? First of all, it's only until like we played every Mario Party game, and we haven't played Mario Party 2 yet. It's on the channel, but it wasn't us playing Mario Party 2. We haven't played Mario Party 3 yet. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, I don't. Yeah, there's like 10 Mario Parties that we have. Like, there's a lot of Mario Parties, and the liver's still good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll
see
see
for
for
how long.
how
For how
long.
long?
All right,
It'll probably be dead after this next one.
that's all right. We got Jin.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like my liver had a pretty good break this last year.
Hey, we got to make up with all the alcohol drinking from the conventions that we're not going to.
Well, hopefully
No,
everything blows over, and like
we stretched those out.
and like hopefully with my test results they come back negative.
Yep, and then Squishy gets to join the Mario Party with all of us.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the last time I got pretty fit chased was with Kyle when we went to NDK, and me and him had a grand old time at the Yard House.
Yeah, I heard you guys made friends with furries.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that happened. Yeah, remember
Wait,
we went outside and
what?
we were talking to those people? No, oh wait, no, that was
No.
that was me and John.
Okay.
That was me and John. Kyle went and died upstairs.
I do remember that we increased the
Yes, we
episode, though.
We'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.
Goodbye, friends.
See ya.